Holy shit, Josh, you're in here quick. How's it going today? That's good to hear. Things are pretty good with me too, I guess. I don't know. I was going to clean my house today, but just don't feel like it. Hey, Josh. Hey, Mike. How's it going? It's so fucking cold today. It's outside. Oh, it's warm today. Getting up to 1. It's -7 right now. What time is it? 1 in the afternoon. Well, this forecast is fucking. It's out here for 10. I went down by 10:30, 11. Four slopes. Oh, no bad. I'm gonna make a tea sauce amongst yourselves. Hey, Epic, how's it going? Life's a blast when you're young, but it sucks when you get old. I guess, unless you're one of them pussies who never does anything so they never get hurt. Never do anything adventurous, dangerous, fun. I guess I'll put, it says 3. So maybe I better not.
I like big ones, small
Hey,
ones,
Chris.
size of basketball ones, real ones, fake ones, jiggle and the shake ones, tatas, honkers, man, they drive me bonkers. I really, really, really like boobs. I like white ones, black ones, let me lick the crack ones, party hats and beaver tails, nice and soft and hard as nails, Hershey kisses, runny eggs, on your back and spread your legs. I really, really, really like boobs. fun bags, hooters, take a look at these. Come on, can't you give me just a nitty bitty squeeze? Sweet mountain, get them suckers swinging in the breeze. Just show me all your boobs, I'm begging pretty, pretty please. I like pink nipples, brown nipples, dragging on the ground. Nipples, cookies, pickle jugs, nips the size of coffee mugs. Never when it's cold outside, nowhere for the nips to hide. I really, really, really like boobs. I like tight sweaters, push-up bras. I don't mind the little flaws. Third nipple, that's okay. Just gives me more time to play. Begging, juicy, shriveled up. I can work with any cup. I really, really, really like boobs. Cha-cha knockers, a set of double days. Come on, can't you give me just a nitty bitty squeeze? Honey, baby, sugar, you got me on my knees. Just show me all your boobs, I'm begging pretty, pretty please. I like no bras, wet shirts, like it when the milk squirts. Small and perky, big and bold. Nurse me like I'm 2 weeks old. Dixie cups and Yankee Doodles, they sure straighten out my noodle. Really, really, really like boobs. I like fat ones, lean ones, stick my dick between ones, firm ones, floppy ones, even like the sloppy ones. Tiny titties, melon size, I just want the booby prize. I really, really, really like boobs. Yammers, yahoos, Selma and Louise. Come on, can't you give me just a nitty bitty squeeze? Your dingle bobbers make me slobber, don't you be a tease. Just show me all your boobs, I'm begging pretty, pretty please.
Who is the singer? I'll just get what do you call it? I'll give you a link. Because he has some good stuff. Okay, Eddie, this is the same guy, different song. Matter of fact, while I'm at it, I'll just put the fucking song on. No, I won't. I won't force anybody to listen to more of them. Oh, damn, fucking good enough for another year or two. Oh. I'd like to take my dogs out somewhere. Maybe next year. Holy fuck. cold, isn't he? We'll go. We're at 19 degrees right now, and in 2 more days we'll be in -2 or -6. Oh, fucking 9 degrees. Hey, hippie. Yeah, anytime you bitch about the cold, I'm colder, so I don't know why you guys bitch about the cold.
I bitch about the cold because I'm a bitch. What's new, Myron?
Fucking not a lot.
Where's Epic? Is he in here?
He was earlier. I don't know if he still is.
Epic. Epic. Are you mad at Hippie?
I don't think so.
Epic. What you got for weed today? Ooh, good spray. What you smoking, Myron?
I'm smoking shake and trim, 31% guaranteed THC.
Nice.
But it is shake and trim.
I don't know if he is or isn't. He just seemed to be ignoring me today in some other channel. I was just wondering if he was mad. I did
Oh,
kick him from my channel by accident the other night, so I guess I could understand if he was mad, but it was an accident. I'm here for you, Epic.
fuck.
What's that? What is that, your fan? I remember hearing that the other day. It's like a thumping noise.
Like that? Or just that tick, 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 tick,
Yeah,
tick?
the ticky noise sounds like a fan hitting something. It's awesome.
Nah, it's interference.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Um, I thought about trying to get rid of it, but I don't know how. It's just the wires are running here and my speakers are
Huh. That's interesting.
out that.
Electronic interference.
Yeah. And I put a fucking sound blocker on here, but it doesn't help much either.
Right. Let's see.
But it's there all the time. Even if I shut this down, it's always there.
Gotcha.
What's that, Jane? Oh, that's not Jane.
I forget. It's from a movie. I forget what movie. The
Yeah.
British guy, right? Um, Mojo dude. God, I can't even think of the name of the movie.
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah. Fucking,
Old potheads. We can't remember anything. Come on, chat. Tell us the name of the movie that this is from.
Austin Powers.
Size doesn't have anything to do with kicking ass, bro.
Austin Powers. And Bo Hunter agrees with me.
Yeah, Austin Powers. Yes, that's it. Pew 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 pew. I wish I had some of those. So what else is new, Myron? You get any snow yet? Oh, you did actually. Last time I talked to you, you said you got some snow.
Oh yeah, got snow again last night.
Oh, really?
Fuck yeah.
Hey, look, Annie, what are you doing? Get off screen. My wife caught that one. Yeah, busted. Boop. Somebody came up.
Epic this year.
Epic. Uh-oh. Turn it down a little. I think they can hear it. Can you hear it? My TV in the background?
Yep. Nope. It's good now.
Yeah, I asked her to shut it off. Hey, this one's for somebody. This is for somebody. Ready? I'm in a lot of pain today. It's fucking rainy weather. Sucks. Fuck rainy weather.
Well, maybe you want to go swimming that way, Annie, and you might be able to catch a fish.
Look, Myron, your dog. Austin Powers.
Yeah, but if I was gonna look at a woman in a bikini in a show like that, I think they should have had fucking Jane Fonda in there.
Hey, NE fan, watch Rory Gracie fight any of the biggest motherfuckers in the planet. And he's a tiny little fucking eensy teensy weenie. Beat any motherfucker he ever came against. The Gracie family, jiu-jitsu, bro. Takes muscle all day.
But if they're just using jujitsu,
Yeah, jiu-jitsu
yeah,
uses your own strength against you.
yeah, but they have to use more than that. If you're fighting,
Go
maybe.
Google Gracie family and watch all those fights of all those skinny little Brazilian guys beat everybody.
Oh, I watch that all the time.
That's what my granddaughter and my son both take Gracie jiu-jitsu.
I started watching what with Royce Gracie.
Yep, Royce. That's it. Yeah, he's a bad motherfucker.
Was he the old man?
That's the son.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they're all bad motherfuckers. The father, all the sons. There's a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, yeah, a whole fucking family of them.
Very nice.
I wonder what I could bench. Well, nothing. No. Fuck.
Tough guy comes from inside. Just my opinion. It's what you have in your heart. That's what makes you a tough guy. All that other shit, just a bunch of bullshit. I've probably had more fights than everybody in this chat room.
Probably. I haven't had that many.
What the heck?
And most of the ones I had were with my brother.
I got the wife sitting here right beside me that's witnessed many of the hippie auditor throwing down. Not always winning, but many a throwdowns.
Yeah.
A lot of times that Jack Daniels would get in my way.
I could usually talk my way out of anything.
Yeah.
Well, if he's gonna make so many, he's gonna get a broomstick and put a couple of big black balls on the end of the broomstick, and he's gonna paint them all black so that it looks like he's lifting bars with weights on it.
I'll have to blow up my speed bag and show you some of my boxing skills. I haven't hit it in a long time, but I'm sure I'm still good at it. I wouldn't dare try to lift weights now because of my titanium plates in my neck. I have a 1-inch by 3-inch titanium plate with 6 screws that attach C4 to C5 vertebrae.
You do, Mr. Mister.
Say it again?
I said, you too, Mr. Mister.
Oh, you have one too?
No, I was talking to somebody on screen
Oh, okay.
in chat. I used to have a speed bag when I was really young, but I wasn't a fucking boxer.
But
I wasn't a fighter. I could talk my way out of most.
well, I was just an angry, mean son of a bitch. Not much different than I am now, but now I have a little resolve. I'll walk away, you know. Especially the way things are today with HIV and AIDS. You know, you punch a dude in the face and his tooth cuts your finger and you get his blood in you, and next thing you know, or some douchebag starts a fight, you beat his ass, he calls the cops, you go to jail. That's kind of how it works nowadays.
I would say, what do you think?
Yeah.
What?
He said he found
What about it? I think I should try that instead of paying the guy $1,500.
how much is it?
200 or 200.
How to program it? Like,
Is that all? Fucking buy two.
I mean, it's up to you, really.
It's only $200. Buy two.
is it?
Right?
Yeah.
Now he bought a car for $500 that had a wiring problem, and I'm a pretty good mechanic, but wiring problems can be a bit tricky. So what's happening is the security system is locking out the car, and a lot of YouTube videos say it's based on a battery dying. And there was a brand new battery in the car that was completely dead. So we figured out how to reset the security system and it starts, but as soon as you shut it off, a couple of different modules in the car start clicking. Like you hear one on the passenger side under the dash, you hear one on the driver's side under the dash, and if you go outside under the hood, you can hear a third one clicking. So it looks like it's this thing called a body control module, but the pain in the ass about it is has to be programmed to the VIN number of the car. So that of course costs money. So you can buy the module for $200, then you still got to bring it somewhere and have it programmed.
Yeah.
It's all bullshit. And it's a guessing game, honestly.
Sell the fucking car, buy an older one that's easier to work on.
It's a pretty nice car for $500 if we can figure it out, you know. It's a
Yeah.
2006 Malibu.
Oh, I used to like Malibus.
Yeah, back when they were real. Yeah, they're not
Yeah.
real anymore. I agree. They're shit now. A sensor for a sensor for a sensor for a sensor for a sensor. Even your key now has a sensor. It's fucking insanity.
Yeah, not my key.
Why do I have those plates? From a fall off a ladder. Yes, sir. Yep. A short fall, too, but I landed on a double railroad tie flower pot. I fell sideways on the, crushed that vertebrae and blew out the disc, and the disc crushed into my spinal cord. And it took a year before I could get the surgery done because of insurance. And by that time, I have something called myomalacia, which is scar tissue on the spinal cord. So what happens is my arm is a mess.
Yeah.
My left arm. It's constantly burning. Sometimes it'll even be like right now, even it's a different color, one side to the other.
Can't see
And
too
this
much.
is
All I see is a dog.
right. You don't like that, Doug? Let me take
Well, I've been watching them for a while.
it.
Think he should
Let
get
me see.
off or something.
I think he needs some salve at this point. It's probably a bit sore. All right, I'll take it down.
Thou shall be your heads.
How about this one? I'll put this one on instead.
Okay, catch you later, Eddie.
See ya, Annie.
Hey,
See you,
keep
bud.
it.
You like that one better? Fuck. You can even put it like down so it looks like it's more on my head. Yeah, it's some new program I've been running. Just adding a little something to my stream. It's called OBS. It's a bit of a pain to run, but
I don't think that's right. I think there could be somebody pulling both our strings.
Who would that be?
Now that I don't know.
What about Satan? He kind of looks like Satan. If you put a couple of horns on that Putin guy.
Have you ever seen Satan?
No.
Well, how do you know he looks like Satan?
Because I'm just imagining he's a terrible person, so probably as close as you can get on this planet.
Who are you talking about, Trump or Putin?
Putin, right? I mean, he's
What makes it so bad?
I don't know. Who's that guy who walked into actually that was Saudi Arabia, that wasn't Putin. Who had that guy chopped up, put in a bag and carried out of the embassy. I don't know. Hasn't he took over that country there, killed a bunch of people, I'm sure, for nothing, just so he could. I don't know. You think Russia's great? You want to live there? Ooh.
I've known people that have been over there. We got a guy in town here, a chef, that
Goes there. All
his wife is from over there. He was over there cooking. We met her.
I hear you. Mm.
Yeah, I really don't think that China is a good place to go to.
My
Right?
son went to China and Thailand and Cambodia. He's lucky. I've never been anywhere. Got to give him credit on that.
Yeah.
he lived in Thailand for 4 months in a dojo training. Keeper.
Yeah. When I was young, the only thing I was trying to be was a good drinker.
Yes, same here, Myron. Wasted huge portion of my life being stupid. I hope by telling everybody all the time that maybe they get smart and
I never got stupid. I just got drunk lots.
yeah, well, I think if you hadn't spent a huge portion of your life drinking, maybe you'd be a different person. I mean, not that you're a bad person now, but just things could maybe be
Well,
different. That's the
see,
way I feel.
that's where you're wrong because I was suffering from so much anxiety and depression back then.
Right,
For a while there, I couldn't even function unless I was drinking.
right.
If I drank booze at the normal pace of a normal person, I would get a headache after two drinks, maybe. But if I drank lots, I never got a headache. So I said, "Fuck her." I was what was it you call it? Binge alcoholic.
Yeah, that's how I am. Like I drank uh, on my birthday a week or so ago, and first time I drank in years. And I started off with a drink. Next thing you know, I was doing shots, and then I was obliterated. That's exactly how I am. Why I don't drink. So
Uh,
I can't go out and have a friendly drink with my buddy because next thing you know, I got a little buzz. I start doing shots or drinking fucking vodka and orange juice or some hard booze, and then I wake up the next morning going, oh fuck, what happened last night? I don't even remember.
uh, well, I tried drinking and I don't even have a taste for it.
I hate it now. Ugh.
But inhaling,
Yeah, you said that.
yeah,
I don't think I even want to try it because honestly, I just hate being drunk.
well, it's not quite the same way
Oh yeah,
because you're just inhaling vapors.
right,
You're not actually drinking it. So yeah, I don't know. It was just such a fun time inhaling it. And then when I quit inhaling it, there was no hangover. There was no fuck all. I was just went back to not having quite as fun a time.
right,
It seemed a way better for me, but I didn't really over abuse the inhaling either.
right.
But see, I'm taking three different antidepressants. I really can't drink because drinking is a depressant. So inhaling is the only way for me I can do it, and not it won't affect the
Huh.
other pills.
Huh. Yeah, I don't like to be down. I like to be up. If I'm gonna be high, I want to go fast. I want to run around and clean the house. I want to fucking fix the broken brakes on my car.
Yeah,
Because I'm the kind of guy where right now, if I wanted to go to sleep, I just go lay down in my bed, and 10 minutes later, I'm asleep. I have no problem just going off to sleep. But to go fast, that's a real test for me to avoid it. You know, cocaine, speed, opiates. For me, opiates always got me. I'd take a 30 and clean the garage. Something that would have took me 3 or 4 days sober. You get done in 2 hours with a couple of oxys in you.
I've never found anything that works. Like I think I told you before, I took 100 milligrams of fuck.
What about kratom? All these people talk about kratom now. Have you ever heard of kratom?
No.
It's supposed to work pretty good for pain. It's all natural. You can buy it online, and it's supposed to work really well. It's it's like a leafy substance like weed. You eat like a gram or a half gram a day, and supposed to do miracles with pain. I've had dozens of people in my channel talking about it over the last couple of days. I actually got mad at one person because I guess it also helps withdrawals. But the way the person was spitting it out is that it's a miracle cure for drug addiction. I'm like, listen, it might be a tool to help you get sober, but there's no miracle fucking cure, because if there was, everybody'd be cured. So.
Well, I never quit drinking. I just slowed down. When I got drunk, I would get shit faced, but I just put away more days in between getting drunk.
Right.
Until finally it.
Thing is, if you'd kept drinking, it might have killed you by now. You know what I mean? That's the good difference between sobriety and just wasting your life away.
Well, if I could have used the drinking to, like some people do, to take away pain, if it would have taken the pain away, fine, but it didn't take the pain away, so it was just useless. Because I know some people use drinking for self-medication to take away pain, mental or physical.
Royce Gracie, that's right. I had the name wrong. Royce Gracie was an amazing motherfucker. Remember, there's a famous match with muscle guy, Ken Shamrock. Guy is fucking a muscle on top of a muscle on top of a muscle. And Royce Gracie beat him every time. Outweighted, fucking the whole thing.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, what's up, Mike?
Your headset is.
What's up, Myron?
Oh, there you're working. How's it going?
Not too much. I was on mute.
What's up, Mike?
Oh, hey, what's up?
Yep, it's the hippie.
Think it's time for a joint.
Nice. I just stole my son's joint. It's a great thing about sons.
It's a great thing when you have over 10 ounces of weed.
Nice. Well, I wouldn't know anything about that, my friend. Not right now, anyway. Maybe
Fuck,
shortly.
Did you see Myron's stash?
No, he didn't show me, fucker.
Oh,
damn.
Here's what it looks like.
Oh, wonderful.
Shake.
Shake and trim, but guaranteed 31%.
31%.
I wouldn't care either. Oh, shit. Look at that. What the fuck? That's excellent. I would smoke that all day.
Fuck yeah, so would I.
Throw a little. How much you pay for it?
$200 for a pound.
Oh my God, that's awesome. Throw a little
Right?
tobacco. Throw a little tobacco in there for a little
Oh.
added flavor, and
Fill these two up too, but
nice.
the top one's just about gone.
So how much for an eighth in Canada with tax?
For what? This?
For an eighth of weed, how much
It
is it?
depends what strain, you know.
Yeah.
All right, let's say the best strain you can get,
An eighth, so
highest
that's a
THC.
quarter. So that's probably anywhere from 60 to 120.
Wow. So here, I just bought. Excuse me. I just bought an eighth of lemon, super lemon haze, 40% THC. It was $60 for the eighth plus tax. So I ended up, I think it was like $78 with tax. Fucking unreal.
No pun intended, but it's impossible.
No, what,
Yeah,
40%?
40% for
I
flour.
can, I can
For
show you
flour.
the
They're
container.
lying.
Uh, I don't think so, but anyway.
You look it up on Google. The highest is like 32. That
I was
flour
gonna,
will go.
I was gonna
It
say
ha-
36.
all the dispensaries have to send their weed away to be tested before it can be sold. So it came back. The first batch came out at 37.3. The second batch came out at 40%. So maybe the government's lying, maybe the guy's lying, but it has like every weed you buy has to have this official government stamp
Mhm.
and blah blah blah.
Yeah, I know.
Let's
Yeah,
see.
well, it could be right because they're getting fucking higher and higher
I agree.
concentrations all the
Yeah,
time.
um,
But most people can't take that kind of weed anyways. It should all be shipped to me for inspection.
well, I got to tell you,
Hash is 40%.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna see if I can find it right now. Anywhere else saying that? They call it exotics over here. So anything over 20% is considered exotic, and that puts it in of course, a higher bracket.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Rookies. Hey, Bo.
Uh, okay, as of 2021,
This lemonade here says 19%.
That's more like it.
This one
Anything
says,
lemon is never over fucking 21%.
let's see, what's this one say? 25% on this one. Super lemon haze from, I don't know what company it is. WikiLeaf.
WikiLeaf.
as of 2021,
Mm-hmm.
31% was the highest.
From Google?
Yeah, from Google.
Nice. Good work, Myron. Yep. A lot of people say I talk a lot of shit, but I do my research and I know my facts, especially when it's something that I care about deeply and smoke every day. I want myself some LSD.
Right?
Fucking right. Mushrooms are fun. LSD's a little more fun.
Yeah, Grease Monkey, according to this article,
Yep.
the highest,
Yep.
it's 31%.
Yep. Good
I
stuff
wish I
too.
had,
I've had that.
let's see. Let's see if I bring up their website. Salty Farms.
As we've seen, big business likes to lie.
Oh yeah.
Or, I mean, it could be true. I don't know.
Only way to get higher is to go concentrate. Hash, oil, shatter, crystals, butter, wax,
Resin.
rosin, vape pens. Vape pens. My vape pen is 98%. Fuck you up.
Uh, uh, uh. It's weird. They don't allow you to search like flour only. They mix everything all up. It's a fucking pain in the ass.
Well, when
That
I
sounds
searched,
pretty shitty of a website.
yeah, because when I searched up at flour and it came up just for flour.
Well, I
Yeah,
live
our
in the.
site.
I
Our
live in
sites
the.
in Canada. Our sites in Canada separate indica, separate the sativa, the hybrid, the hash, the edibles, the concentrates, everything.
Yeah, I live in the country. I'm not surprised they even have a website. To be fair.
I wouldn't know
Here
where
we
you
go.
live.
Flour.
I don't know.
I live on Cape Cod. It's an island in the fucking ocean, 70 miles out.
Okay.
There's a bridge. The only way to get here.
Well, I live way out in the middle of fucking nowhere too.
Do you?
Oh,
Oh
fuck.
yeah.
Take a look on a map. There's nothing close.
Yeah, he lives in bumfuck Idaho.
Oh shit!
Hey, Epic.
Can you guys hear me now?
What's up, Epic?
Yo, my phone was frozen for the longest time, man. I couldn't shut it off. I couldn't open it. Nothing.
Oh, that's bullshit. Especially the new phones today, where you can't just pop the battery out, so you just kind of stuck looking at it, like, okay.
No. Why would I be mad at you, hippie?
Because I
Hell no.
kicked you out of my party the other night with my elbow.
Yeah, you didn't do it purposely.
No, I didn't, but I don't know. I was in
I don't get mad that
being,
easy.
and you didn't say anything, or maybe you didn't see me, so I didn't know if you were.
No, because I don't even know if I'm still blocked on your channel. Did you unblock me?
Yeah, Spooky unblocked you right away. I didn't even know how to do it. I was panicking, searching in my YouTube. I couldn't find you in there. And the reason why was because Spooky had unbanned you right away.
Oh, okay. Yeah, whatever. Shit happened.
Yes, especially to me. So the highest I'm seeing here now is 28.3.
Myron, how's that weed? Still smoking good?
Oh, yeah.
Does it smoke good? Yeah.
It's not a great flavor, but the effects are the exact same as if I was smoking the good weed.
Hell yeah. For the price, you can't complain.
No. And I did smoke this for just about all one day, and then I smoked some of the weed that they sent along with this because I got, what was it, 3 or 7 grams of weed for fucking spending so much money. I got that free for spending $200. They sent me a couple extra, 3 extra grams.
Look, you should be good for at least a month and a half.
Yeah. If I can, I'm going to buy another pound.
Well, yeah, for sure. Save up on it. Stack up on it, I mean.
Yeah. I think.
Dirty, how you doing?
Surviving.
Like the rest of us. Fucking
Yeah, straight up.
shitbag world we live in after COVID. Fucking bullshit.
Well, this morning they were telling people that they have to get vaccines or else they get fired, right?
Uh-huh.
So a lawsuit went through this week. Hold on, go. I'm gonna make them now, okay? Last week, there was a lawsuit going on in courts for the vaccine mandate. Now today, I guess they beat it during this week sometime. And now this morning when I woke up, they're saying there's no more mandates for vaccines.
What? Hell?
Yeah, in Ontario, they can't force you to get your vaccine, and they can't kick you out, fire you if you don't have a vaccine.
Well, that's good.
Well, it is against the Canadian Constitution to force somebody to have a
Yep.
vaccine.
Exactly.
Yeah, you have to have consent.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you could definitely not stop
If you're
people from going
stupid
into
enough to
restaurants.
say, yes, please jab me with that fucking needle and put that poison in my body, then that's on you.
That's just stupid.
That's me. I'm
To each his own.
I'm almost 6 months. About to get my second one.
I hope you don't get no blood clot.
I hope I do.
Oh, you got
Then
you
I
got your
can
vac?
join
You
the
do?
Lord in the sky. Sure, why not?
What the fuck? Wow.
You know what it is, Mike, is it's mostly all like parents that got it. You know,
That got what?
Yeah,
that got
schools require
vaccines, like elderly people.
schools
yeah,
require
yeah.
your kids to have it. So
I never
Not
did.
Not
What's up,
anymore.
David?
Not anymore, hippie. Not here in Canada, anyway. In Ontario.
And
They
if
just
it's
came out.
if it's gone in entire Ontario, it'll be gone, and it's gone in the rest of Canada.
Yeah. Well, right now, Ford called it out for Ontario.
Yeah.
So what is it?
We know. What?
Temporary blocked while court case goes on? Because that's what
No.
happened. That's what happened here, but it's a court case now. So
It takes people to lawsuit. It takes people to sue the
Yep.
government.
well, that's
to sue
that's
the
what
medical.
happened here. Some guy
To
who
sue
owns
businesses.
some guy who owns a giant grocery store chain. He sued
For
because
millions.
he has so many employees and blah blah blah, and what they're trying to make it so that employees have to make proof of their vaccination. So basically, the government's trying to make it so that the small guy, the business owner, is in charge of it instead of them trying to,
Well, that's how they're closing many businesses. If you go downtown here, hippie, all the small businesses are shut down. There's no more. There's no more family businesses.
I can't
It's
wait
true.
till my court case against Tim Hortons is coming up.
You're gonna kill it.
I don't know.
Oh
who
yeah,
that is.
I'm gonna crush that fucking business.
What'd they do?
A mask is a medical device. Somebody sued for $200,000 just because he couldn't walk into a store without a medical device on his
What,
face.
Myron?
200,000 he got.
What, Myron?
Something struck me as funny. Somebody said something, but now it's gone from my head.
Okay.
But
Yeah, well, I went into Tim Hortons. I went to go get a coffee or something, whatever it was. Sir, you need a mask. Sorry, but I'm medically exempt. I cannot wear one. Well, you have to leave or I'm going to call the cops.
Call the cops.
I'm medically exempt. Well, you got to leave. So I left. I didn't know my rights like I know now back then.
Yeah.
So a private business.
I would have stayed in. Yeah, it's
Private business can't make you do whatever they want you to do.
No, fuck no. And I'm pretty sure it's the same in the
Especially
States too.
on the doors, especially when it says on the doors, masks are required, medical exemptions honored, or to that effect.
Right. Like I get the medical thing. I even agree with it because listen, I've worn a mask my whole life in construction. So masks are no big deal to me. But what I will say is
So
if you're wearing a good mask, it cuts off a huge chunk of your air. And if you're an old fart like me or probably you,
Can't breathe.
when you wear that shit, you can't breathe. It starts
Mhm.
making me feel dizzy, and
Yeah.
it's true. But I always thought private businesses could tell you whatever they want, and if you didn't want to do it, they tell you to leave, and you had to leave.
Oh hell no, not here, Epi. They
Oh
can't
yeah,
refuse
wow,
you.
I'm pretty
They
sure
can't
here
refuse
that's how it
you.
works.
Well, a lot of people say that, but we have the same. We almost have the same law as you guys. So
Who's the kid?
here,
Who's that kid
huh?
recently that went
Poly,
in? Polly, what's his
poly
name?
audits.
And so whatever happened with that?
They're gonna take it. I hope they take it to trial, because if that would have happened here in Canada, the store owner would have got arrested. Well, the store clerk would have got arrested. That
Does Mike
assault would
know
have
that
happened.
story?
And you can't refuse people service just because they're wearing a pink shirt, or you can't refuse people
Yep.
service because they don't have a medical device upon their face, right?
Yep.
So
Can't.
that's illegal.
I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm asking 50,000.
Nice.
Yeah, but well, just wait, because you could get more, bro. Somebody just got 200,000 for a mask.
I know.
It's already in the works. Like I'm just waiting for
Okay.
trial.
I know that
Nice.
I went with Yeet to court that day. I was live on Epic's panel in the courthouse there or outside, but he denied, and it was amazing. I was like, "Oh, great, here we go," and they didn't even say nothing. He didn't even like. He said, "Nope, not wearing it. I have an exemption," and they said, "All right, go ahead through." Meanwhile,
Yeah, they know
I
better.
had mine on.
I'm gonna buy one of those, the little mini school buses for the special kids.
Yeah.
I want to have one of them, repaint the outside, tear everything out from the inside, and make a fucking camper
Nice. On the road again.
with solar panels on the roof. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be gone. I'll live off that 50.
Dirty, are you watching Camping with Steve?
Yes.
Do you watch him?
Yes.
That's why you came up with that idea.
I watch a lot of those ones.
Yeah, me too. I watch him.
I love bushcraft.
Who's this coming up? Melvin, what's going on?
Melvin.
Hey, everybody.
Oh, this fucking guy. I'm out.
Hey, everybody. Yeah, no, don't everybody leave just because I came up.
We're all leaving now.
No, it's cool having us all up here. Feels like the original crew.
Oh, God.
Oh, shit.
Feels like the first time.
Well, you, all these people that are right in the room right now, I all first met you guys.
Right?
Yeah.
There we go.
Is that Trump dancing like that?
That's Trump, baby.
Bobblehead Trump.
I think they would all like to see the dog one too, Hippie.
They would like a dog walk?
The
The
dog
one that
one?
fucks the
Yeah.
pillow? The one that fucks the pillow?
Oh, you guys.
Oh, you want to see the dog one? All right, let's see. I'm going to give this one to Melvin. He goes, hey, this one's for Melvin.
Uh-oh.
Let's see.
When we're, Star Wars does that.
This was epic last night at the gym.
Oh, right in the fucking nuts.
How? God.
Poor guy. Is that a sledgehammer?
That's a sledgehammer.
Oh.
How? How? Oh my
Emergency
god.
room trip, obviously.
That had to be emergency room. How about this one?
I seen that.
Watch
Yeah.
the chick in the way back that's sitting down with the pink jacket. Ready? She's on the right
Put that
hand
on big
side.
screen. Hold on, put that on big screen.
She hits her face on that post so fucking hard. Oh my god. Watch the chick sitting down in the purple. Ready? She's
In the
sitting
purple,
down.
purple,
Boom.
purple,
Oh my
purple. Where's
god.
the purple? Where's the purple?
She's sitting down on the right hand side.
In the back.
Let's
Yeah.
Right there.
left
See it?
hand side.
Boom.
Oh,
I
oh
mean,
man, a lot of people.
boom.
Ouch.
Oh,
Their faces go right into the chairs.
she hit her face right on that pipe, man. Just, oh
That's
my
a nice
god, that must
lawsuit.
have hurt
I
so
don't know
bad.
that one that went in the middle.
Somebody in the way
Fucking
back
good.
flipping right over the top. What?
Yeah, that's on the
Holy
right.
shit! I never seen that guy before. What the
Does a
fuck?
full flip.
Yeah,
The one
right
in the
over
middle
the
that
whole.
goes, fuck, she goes flying.
Oh,
Is any
she did too.
Oh,
She
she
went
get knocked
over.
the fuck out.
Oh my god, she went right over the chair. She's big, or
Yeah.
he. I don't know which it is.
All right.
I love that. What are those pink things right there? Is that what is that?
I don't
See
know.
those
Fire
tubes?
extinguishers.
They're like
Oh,
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
blankets for people if they get stuck, maybe.
No, fire
I don't know where is this
maybe.
though.
I'm assuming America. That looks America to me. Although people said, "Oh, it looks like Britain too." I'm like, maybe, but kind
looks
of.
like Canada too.
Actually, look at the
No,
roads. That looks
if it
like
was
Britain.
Britain, it'd be a double decker.
Look at
No,
this roads. That looks British or Canadian. Honestly, that don't look like American roads. The way the lines are.
we're on the wrong side of the road for Britain.
Yeah, true.
Wow, that's fucked
Fuck.
up.
Be careful in buses, guys. Make sure you hold on. Fuck.
I never
let's
do.
do this one.
Oh shit.
Here's one for Mike. Oh, it's not working. Aw. Here's one for Myron.
What the
He's drinking a beer. Yeah. What is that? A catfish?
That's a giant catfish, bro. What the fuck?
What?
Imagine that. That'd be sick.
If you look really close on my side, you can see something on his tail. Somebody's holding it there, but still, he's drinking the beer clearly.
I think it's just trying to catch for air. Guys just pour beer in it.
You think so?
Yeah. So I think that's what they do when they're out of the water. They
Just gasping for air.
kind of
It
thing.
looks like a rat. It looks like a rat.
The head is kind of weird looking, but I
Yeah,
guess
it
it's.
is weird. I've never seen a catfish like that.
What's the black
Huh.
things on the top of its head there?
Exactly.
It looks like ears. That's why I said it looks like a rat.
Do they have ears?
Looks like
No.
I
his
have no idea.
dorsal fin.
That's
Let's
fucked up shit.
That's interesting.
That's fucked up shit.
They analyze the picture more to try to figure out where it is.
So how the fuck you get gifts to fucking play as an avatar?
Oh, that
Mike,
one's
you're the one who taught me this shit, bro. I always
I
give
didn't
you the
teach
credit
you
on
about
it.
gifts as an avatar.
No, I didn't. But you taught me how to use StreamYards. You were
Yes.
you broke my
So
virginity.
teach me this.
It's OBS. It's a bit of a pain in the ass, honestly. But listen, Mike,
fuck
if I
that.
can figure it out, you can figure it out.
I can't be asked then. If I have to figure something out just for this, fuck that.
Well,
What
there's
is-
lots of things you can do with it. It's not just. I got you. It's not for everybody. I agree.
Even though I do have OBS Studio.
That's what I have. You have OBS Studio, then you have to add virtual camera to it. And what virtual camera does is allows it to join StreamYards. And then once you have that all set up, you're pretty much good to go. They recommend that you run a sound panel thing, which I did do just for the hell of it. But and then you just have to find the memes and GIFs and things you want to add, and you got to add them into the program, and then it gives you a big, huge list. When you click on it, all your memes are there. You just scroll through it, and it has a little eye next to the meme. And you click on the eye, and that activates or deactivates the meme. Pretty cool.
Crazy.
There's thousands of videos on YouTube to teach you how to set it up and stuff. So
Yeah.
that's how I did it. No one taught me. I just got out there and got on YouTube and got my dog out.
Hey, I'll be
Oh,
right
wait.
back.
Yeah. Kind of. Damn. Wish I had that kind of spunk.
Well, just and put it on fast motion. Speed it up 10 times.
This guy, man. This fucking guy.
Ouch.
I see the guy do that with a broken neck.
Let's see if we can make it zoom in better. It's not. Let's see. Come at me, bro. He hits his leg, hits his head again. Wow. I'm assuming he was like calling somebody out, like, "I'll kick your ass," and then he knocked himself out cold.
I don't know. Obviously pissed out of his gourd.
Totally. That's usually what pissed out of your good gets you, right? Hey, Melvin, here's some of your weed that you picked.
The weed that I picked. It's fractal you're doing.
Fucking love that shit.
Fractals? Look them up. Just put in fractals. You'll see all
No, I
kinds
know
of...
what fractals are. Trees, everything in humanity grows in fractals.
Yeah, a lot of nature uses fractals, yeah.
Trees,
Yeah.
the way they grow is a fractal.
Sunflowers.
Yep. I'm pretty in tune with nature.
Yeah. I don't know you entirely yet, so I gotta ask questions.
No shit. We read the Bible together, though. That's more. That's pretty intimate.
Really?
Well, I was there because it was quiet.
Moral
It was just
support.
me and you were there. Yeah, it was quiet. More one-on-one kind of thing. Get to know you better.
I appreciate that.
It's time.
What is this?
It's those questions. It's hard to ask questions when the whole room's screaming.
I'm agreeing with you there. I'm starting to enjoy smaller panels than I am big panels.
What the
Oh, Mr. Winky.
fuck?
Where'd you go, Mr. Winky?
Winky?
Yeah, remember the shit from whatchamacallit?
Yep, disappeared.
Oh, Trump, you are hot.
Josh is here now too.
Josh?
Josh, hey Josh.
Josh. Hey, look, Epic's here.
Yeah.
Epic.
Fake epic, please stand up.
Well, the real Epic, stand up.
Well, Myron, I'm gonna leave you. I'm gonna go eat.
Eat that shit.
Oh, thanks for coming up.
Yeah, man.
See you, dirty.
Later.
Yeah.
Almost sounds like Myron's ready for a nap.
Is he?
I don't know. He was yawning.
I'm ready for a nap. I'm always ready for a nap.
Oh, I got up at 6:30 and I think I had a nap for about half hour.
Yeah, and that half hours gives you the strength to continue on.
Yeah.
Where's my phone? I hear it beeping.
Until my next nap.
Huh. Going on a phone search.
Uh-oh. Trying day. Did my rescue course today. Oh. So Josh, did they end up making you crawl through?
Well, first off, did you fucking pass?
Yeah, there you go. That's a better question. No, we'll have to wait for 30 seconds.
like them courses where if you show up, you pass.
Oh yeah, those are the best ones.
Yeah.
I bet you it's really easy to get a trucker's job right now.
Oh, we passed.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know if a trucker's job would be all that easy.
They're getting more and more laxed on everything now because they need truckers like a damn.
Yeah, it's too bad.
Especially States.
All I would have to do is get a class 1. I got a class 3 with air, so I don't need to be retested on the air for a class 1.
Nah.
And I didn't have to write a test for the air because I was grandfathered in. I was driving truck long before they started making, let's say a month or two, before they started making us go to these tests. So my boss said, well, fuck, I'll just say you were driving for me 2 years and you won't ever have to take the test.
Yeah. Hang from a harness twice today. My nuts will not be the same. Yeah. There's a way to adjust that so that doesn't happen, you know. They did that to you on purpose, I bet. They'll be like, yeah, we'll put him in the nut pitcher, send him down the hole, see how he likes it.
Teach him to be an asshole.
Oh shit.
So what's the hippie got planned?
Well, Sunday nights I don't usually do a show, but I guess we're gonna take a few days off from the show during Thanksgiving. So we're gonna do tonight and tomorrow night, and then no Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, maybe even Friday. We'll see.
Yeah.
But
I missed the dog walk.
yeah, I'll get out there again.
I love seeing.
I should have done it today. I got stuck the last time I went. You saw that video, right?
Yeah, I watched you. I was there.
So that I had made an attempt, and then thing is, there's like 15 miles right along where I was, where I got stuck. But recently they put up some no trespassing signs. That's how I got stuck. I turned around and I didn't have much of a run. And I could have gone around it, but I was just like, fuck it, let's have some fun. And,
yeah, the little kid came out.
It didn't work out my way. Because it's funny, I don't know if you know Terry Golson, but Terry made a bunch of videos of the hippie getting stuck in different, I don't know what you want to call it, but it's pretty funny.
A compilation of it?
Yeah, compilation. Yeah, different songs with different experiences of the hippie. Like one's boating. It says hippie went boating, and then it shows my van with the SS hippie on the side of it. And salt water around me and shit, and then it's pretty funny. Another one's hippie needs help getting tires for his van, and it shows me stuck in the mud with the tires spinning and shit. It's quite funny. Yeah.
It's funny you said SS hippie. I called my friend's car that the other night.
Oh, yeah?
My nickname is Gilligan.
So what's the reference? How come?
Because I'm
plunker, or
he's tall, skinny, kind of a shorter, chubbier guy.
Go ahead.
I tend to be telling him what to do all the time.
Okay.
Just sort of like, Skipper and Gilligan on Gilligan's Island.
Right.
The only difference is I don't whack him with my hat. For years, like fucking, almost 30 years now I've known him.
Nice.
Pretty much seeing each other every other day or whatever to hang out at least for an hour to smoke a joint or something.
Well, I don't know if you've heard me talk, but 5 of people that I grew up with passed away in the last year. It's quite crazy. Start realizing you're old when a lot of your friends start dying around you.
Yeah, it's been that year for me too. 2021, yeah. had another good friend pass away to that COVID thing, and yeah, other people, getting old, or
Did you mind me asking? Did your friend overweight or
no,
have a
he was
underlying?
42. He was 42, and he was fairly, I wouldn't say super healthy, but he
Right.
was a
He wasn't a
healthy.
bill of health, but
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah, he didn't smoke or do drugs or.
One of
He's
the
a
girls that's in my channel, Vanda Costa, she's from Scotland. She just had two of her friends die that were young and healthy, and she's got it real bad right now. I talked to her this morning, actually. She's okay, but starting to hear more and more. My boss, the guy I used to work for, he lives out here on the Cape, and he's a pretty big businessman. He was talking to another one of his friends who has a shitload of employees, and 26 employees in one day last Wednesday. And my granddaughter's school just sent out 3 messages over the last 5 days of at least 10 students who have COVID.
yeah.
It's on the rise.
Yeah, it's coming, I guess.
Winter, for some reason.
Yeah, I was watching the numbers. Yeah, they're all starting to come up again everywhere. There's a few places that are still on the downward trend, but it's because of the weather differences, right? They're south and we're north.
I believe you're right.
Yeah.
For some reason, the cold ramps it up.
So I believe it's the moisture and the cold helps preserve it longer in there. I think. I don't know. I'm just guessing at it. It's a whole new thingy, right? Because that's sort of why the flu is able to fly around easier. It's more moisture in there, and it's better temperatures for it to survive outside the body.
There's 25% moisture in here right now. There's no fucking flu gonna live in this place.
Yeah. Well, outside yesterday it was 80% moisture outside.
Not here. I should see what it is.
I guess Edmonton got a big snowstorm. They're not
Oh,
used to this much snow this quick or whatever.
You see my picture?
oh, yesterday the humidity was 93%.
That was a British hacker who's been teasing me relentlessly and spamming my channel and picking on me since I ever started doing panels when I left Mike's show. And recently something happened to him and he's been all being my buddy and shit. So he's made a couple of videos and he made a calendar and he's got hippie auditor and all different things in the calendar. This is one of the things.
Got to know you a little bit better and realize you're not all that bad.
Yeah, calls me the humble hero. It's quite good. The humble hero. Coming.
Takes a little bit of time to get to know each other on this thing. Over on your channel now, it's like, oh, there's so many people. No way I can keep up with everybody's names. And
It's true.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're just
Growing.
inundated over there.
Yesterday it was just me and Annie. I didn't put up any link or anything to the channel. We spent probably 20 or 30 minutes, and I was telling him I enjoy a small panel like just me and you and Myron right now much more than I do 10 people in there talking over each other's and shit. I might start trying to tone it down a little more, you know what I mean, and just keep it more intimate. I know that's a gay sound name, but
Your other channel.
You mean running on the other channel?
Yeah, because that's a smaller channel still, right?
It is, yeah. 85 subscribers already on that channel. So, because the Brits are always promoting the hippie, I'm very well liked over there. I gotta owe a lot to those guys over there.
That's cool.
I've gone up 150 subs in like 2 days. That's a lot of that's British promotion. They've been making calendars and videos, and I don't know. I'm making a good thing out there. Drama-free room, you know, music and the whole thing. Got people like Conspiracy Media. He's one of the best fucking music players on YouTube. Got Hetriani in there. You got Cranky Frankie, Charlie Grodin. All those guys are amazing.
Yeah. Now, if you could just figure out how not to get struck, then you'd be perfect, right?
I get a copyright claim They took the last 2 nights streams, literally. I can
Yeah.
get it back. I gotta just download it and send some of those subs my way. You're not on. I think you're not on my channel list on my site. I'll do a thing for you, Josh, in my community page. That'll reach 1,300 people. Maybe you get some subs.
Yeah, he's all over the place too, saying hi.
That's true. It's
He
a lot
just
of
has-
work to get up. Even if you got great videos, sometimes it's hard to get out there. I mean, I am everywhere all the time, you know? I'm on British. I was on 5 British panels today. You know, I'm anywhere I see people that look like they're cool, I'll jump on panel and
I don't know. I just need to listen to a
Australia.
lot of different panels all at once, and if something topic comes up I want to talk about or something, then I'll either say something in the chat or come up, right?
Well, you know what's good about that too is you're supporting channels by having your chat in there. That's a watcher for that person.
Yeah. Well,
So
yeah, I guess.
So it's a support in the sense of a lot of people just look at YouTube Live and they see rooms and see who has the most people and they come in, you know?
Well, that's just how I'm experiencing the panel thing right now because I'm not doing one myself.
Right.
Just a participator or whatever.
Well, you could do it for free.
Yeah, but I don't know if I want to do it there. Like, look what you're going through.
It's true. I've been getting a little bit easier with some of the new things that I had the drama community in there. I don't know, I had Andrew and Mrs. Drama Dome, and I had Rebel City Audits in there. Those are some of the, bigger troll dudes in the American community. And that stream had 2,000 views. Crazy. People love drama. I mean, I could do much better by doing drama, but it hurts my insides, honestly.
Yeah, I know. I seen the list of all the people, and then half of them I know and half of them I don't know. I guess the disliked or whatever, trolls or whatever you want to call them. I called it the hit list.
Right?
But whatever.
Well, it's funny. I forget who I was talking to today. They had like 300 subscribers, and a few people were talking about how people come and spam your channel and do different things. And he's like, "Oh, I don't get much of that." I said, "Just wait, brother."
Yeah. But yeah, it's usually
I don't
around.
want to insult you, but the more relevant you become, the more the fucking trolls come for you.
Yeah. Put the pressure on, see if you can handle it.
Or try to destroy you. Is more like it. I mean, people out there do things like dox your family. Show a picture of your daughter. I have guys in my channel that have experienced that, where they've literally doxed the dude's daughter and then said, I'm coming for her.
Yeah, I heard a few people talk about that. They're getting their pit, because I guess they find their Facebook pages and shit like that or whatever information and just fucking throw it out there, right?
There's ways of telling our IP addresses through YouTube, and I'm not going to go touch it, but I'm just going to tell you that I've seen people show me how to do it. You can tell what your computer name is. You can tell all kinds of weird shit, and people really want to know who you are. It's not hard to find out. So you think you're hiding, but you're not.
Yeah.
To the smart people, I'm just going to say, I mean, you'd have to have an IPN, a VPN, and shit like that to really be not known. And that would be your IP address changes from Australia to, Britain to freaking Africa so people can never figure out where you are. If you don't have that, people can figure out exactly where you are.
I don't know what happens if you have like a lot of computers hooked to one IP address.
Once I have your IP address, simple task, I can tell really close where you are.
Oh
And
yeah, yeah.
then it would only be a matter of time if I really wanted to find you, just go sit around in that neighborhood and wait to see your face, and then I'd know where you were and where you lived. That's how people are sick out there.
Serious stalkers you're talking about.
Well, I mean, it's those kind of things happen on here, though, bro. Just saying. Go hang out in some of those drama channels and see the shit that goes down.
I have. I've seen it. One guy came to the house or whatever, his house and stuff. Yeah, I know all about it.
People exposing people's mothers and showing pictures of their house. And
I tracked my buddy's phone one day. Called him up and I told him where he was, and he's like, "Oh, the
Facebook."
No, it was through his phone. It was a phone tracker app thing that I got.
Nice.
It's like a hack thing. All I needed was the phone number and the name of on the account.
That's awesome, Bo Hunter. You're so lucky. Just out in the woods, period. I wouldn't care if I was hunting or not hunting. Just away from the beeps and the horn blowing and the fucking, just hearing the wind blow and the leaves crackling. And yeah, take that any day.
If the weather's nice and the weed is dry.
Right? You see, when I walked out to the point of that, of the Coast Guard station, when the dead seal carcasses were out there amongst all that crazy amount of driftwood.
Well, I remember seeing the bird.
Right, dead bird carcass, yeah.
The white bird, and then they were stepping on something.
That's that was P-Town. The one I'm talking about is Eastham. You'll have to go back and check it out.
Remember a couple times you walked out on those rocks?
Yep, that's the same stream as where we found the bird head.
And I told you to try to get up on the hill, but you went up on the wrong hill. Go down the beach up on that hill that was down by those other guys.
Right. Some of those dunes, there's signs everywhere that say, don't walk on it. Because the beach grass is the only thing that keeps those dunes from washing away. And
oh, okay.
Honestly, 40 years ago, those were giant dunes that you saw where I was. There was a pipe coming out of the hill when I was walking right before the end. And I was telling everybody how the blizzard of 1978, there used to be a parking lot down there with a beach house. And the beach house had outdoor showers all the way around it. And it had like little concrete feet washing basins. And that storm took the entire parking lot. There's a thing in our local news in 1978 when the storm was going on of the building literally just floating away like a boat.
Yeah.
And now that's all just beach. Yeah. People who don't believe in global warming rising.
I don't believe in global warming, but I do believe in climate change. But
yeah, climate change. Either way,
we don't know
what you want.
I don't know how much we really contribute to that, though.
Because you mean like the 7 billion cars that might be on the planet that we're running have no effect on the planet?
But you look back, say, 1 million years in the past, our climate, and they're able to get these numbers through glaciers and shit, right?
Again, we didn't have 8 billion cars back in freaking 1 billion BC or whatever.
And the climate change was way more swingier then. It would go really cold and really hot.
And what was that based on?
On glacier fucking when they.
Well, no, if I think about it, the volcanoes were much terrible than they are today, and when they would all go off, it would shade the sun from the earth.
Yeah,
and then
there's two.
Would freeze.
But I have a theory about that too. There's two different types of volcanoes, right? There's the ones that blow up and put your ash in there and cool the planet. Right. And there are ones that don't throw the ash up and just spew out gas constantly, and
Right.
that's what heats the planet, I bet.
And
And
that's
what I've been looking up, the pollution that all the planet puts out, it's only 2% of the CO2 that the volcanoes put out. And the volcanoes are all variable too. Sometimes it'll be really lot, sometimes it won't. And I noticed Iceland, when Iceland was going off, it wasn't a big explodey one, throwing ash in the air. It was just letting off gas constantly, right? And that stays close to the ground or down in our level, because there's certain levels of the atmosphere, right? And we're in the bottom little teeny thin chunk. So all that gas stayed there, cut the planet for the year, and gave us this really hot summer this year because of the CO2, right? Or the carbon or whatever the hell it is they're talking about. But like I said, you start looking up some of these numbers and you look further back in the past, we're in the last million years, I guess, we're really stable, going, cold and hot and cold and hot. We're really super stable. But before that, the swings were crazy. Like one time we're a snowball Earth, right? The whole Earth was frozen at one time with glaciers. Keep going back in the past, the climate change swung crazy. So it could just be a natural process that was slowly heating up, because like when the dinosaurs, 65 million years ago, dinosaurs existed, it was a very hot climate. There was very at the poles at all. It was tropical and stuff, right, everywhere. And it was like a humidity hot planet, right?
And they figure there's been 3 or 4 different North Poles. The Earth shifts every once in a while, and
Yeah.
we get a new North Pole.
Yeah, there's a magnetic field that they're talking about. It's coming up or whatever. And then there's crustal slip they're talking, where the whole crust of the Earth will slip and move. Because we're on like a unbalanced top in a way, all the different land masses and stuff and different weights everywhere. And if, say, the Greenland ice would be a melt away, that would destabilize the spin of the crust, right? And the crust will slip. And everything will move, and then everything will be in slightly different spots, right?
Yeah.
Think of the whole crust of the planet shifting.
Oh, this is interesting.
Oh, fuck. Like I said, I can get into all kinds of weird stuff like that. I can't get into details on it, but I dabbled a little bit in all that.
Gotcha.
The other night I was watching the one where they looked at the climate change like millions of years back, right? And you could see it was way more fucked up back then than it is now. And then we're just a little on the end, hardly doing anything to it, really. We're just going through like a little warmer period, and then we might go back into a glacier age too, but we're talking hundreds of thousands of years between these shifts, right?
Yeah.
And then, like I said, the volcanoes being variable. See, if your volcano blew up through ash and air, we'd all cool off all of a sudden. Might not get. And like I said, I had a theory on the other volcanoes. They're just spewing out CO2, not putting any ash in there constantly for months. And that's got tons and tons, right? And eventually it'll span all the way around the globe in that band or whatever, right? Because we got those, the equator bands and tropical zones and stuff, all the different zones.
Yeah.
And then all the weather wraps around the planet after a while, right? And the CO2 would do the same. And see the other one went off or whatever down south of it, the Canary Islands. That volcano's going off, and it's not throwing ash in there; it's just spewing. So I bet you the West Coast next year, California, the West Coast somewhere along in there, will be of the United States, like in California and there. Well, they're going to have a really hot summer. We'll see if my prediction comes true. Because it'll make a band of CO2 all the way around the planet there, and CO2 helps trap the heat, right? Doesn't red rays to escape. The infrared rays bounce back off the gas and come back down. Or whatever the heat waves. Does that make more sense?
There's a guy on YouTube that factors a lot of that shit in, and he talks about sun rays and kind of shows how that can have an effect with the different gases and pretty interesting stuff. I like looking at that kind of shit.
Yeah, like when we get a solar flare, we get a bunch of energetic particles shot at us, and it follows the magnetic fields of our planet into the pole. We get the aurora, and it's because it's hitting gas molecules as it's flying through, and it excites them and makes them glow. So whatever gas it is, so if green's a certain gas like
The
nitrogen,
hell? You all right, Myron? Making funny faces.
I'm looking at my dog and making faces at him.
Nice.
I don't know. I don't know.
Wow. I'm stoned.
Yeah.
Stoned, immaculate.
Ripped. I
Tell you about Texas and the big beat.
The Doors? The
I
Doors?
Yeah, I know
Doors? Yeah. Took me a minute, but it's the only book I ever read in my life. Jim Morrison, The Doors. No one gets out of here alive. Literally, besides the Bible. But I always kind of had help with the Bible, so it's not as... I literally read that book probably 2 times. I love Jim Morrison. I thought I was him when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Taking acid and tripping all the time. Playing his music in this giant boombox I used to have on my shoulder. Oh, yeah.
I've never even heard of acid by the time he come out.
Really? Jesus. Well, for me, it wasn't when they came out. I'm trying to think what year that was that I really found Jim Morrison. Was probably in the 80s.
I was 14, which would have been in early 70s or 71.
Right. Yeah, he was long. I think he was long gone before I ever listened to his music. You know what I mean? When did he die? Do you remember?
No, I don't.
No, I don't remember either. I want to say, I'll find out.
Have you listened to all his stuff?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Did you listen to the one? The whole album is he'll start out doing poetry or
Oh, yeah. An All-American Prayer.
Yeah, that's it.
I have it. Yeah, I have that album. I don't have a record player, but I have the album.
I got it in cassette. And
Yeah, those are becoming hard to find as well. Cassette players.
Well, I got one that I can plug into my computer.
Nice.
I should plug it in and start fucking recording all my stuff.
Indians scattered on desert's highway.
Yeah.
Oh, what a great song. What a great person. Get some crazy shit.
It was a good writer.
Exposed himself on the show. Fucking.
How many did it? A whole bunch did it. He was one of the first, but he was just copying Lenny Bruce, I think it was.
July 3rd, 1971. Jim Morrison passed away.
Son of a bitch.
You know what I say? Only the good die young. Yeah, 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 yeah. Only the good die young.
The Rapture.
Right? It's what helped me get over my brother's death. At one point I found God, and I believed in my heart that if you weren't old enough to make that decision, you went right to heaven. It's those of us that don't choose to make the decision are the ones that are fucked.
According to the Bible, the Jewish people are the chosen race. It is legal for them to own slaves and beat their slaves within, if they die within 2 or 3 days of their beating, there'll be problems for the owner. But if they live a week and then die, well, fuck it, they're okay. The owner had, it was completely legal for the owner to do it. Now, reading something like that in a book, I can't really call that a moral book.
Well, listen, let me just say, Myron, that I say every time I talk about the Bible, that the Bible to me is a book that was written by man to control man. However, there are things in the Bible that, make perfect sense, like common sense. Like, for instance, do unto others as you would want others to do unto you. I mean, to me, it's just what you take out of the Bible.
I don't need a book to tell
No,
me
I
that
understand that.
crap.
I understand that. It's not for everyone. That's why I say it's what that person might get out of it,
Yeah,
So I enjoy reading it. Will I go to church? Am I going to be tithing anytime soon? No, thank you.
I don't know
Uh,
what the fuck
I have a
tithing is.
I have a tattoo of Jesus on my chest. That's about the best relationship I'm going to get with Jesus. However, I
Hey,
do
what
it.
is tithing?
Tithing is when you pay 10% of your earnings to the church.
Yeah, fucking tax. That's
Yeah,
what it
I'll
is.
call it what you will.
It's a fucking tax on your money.
Stuff
Yeah.
like those two
And
things you guys are just talking about, I think it's the corruption that went into the book to try to control us. But the message still came through, the original.
Yeah.
All
I
the
mean,
negativity and corruptions that you find in the Bibles, that's what we added to it,
well, what I'm
original to get people to do what we want. But the original words, right, is that message that of good, I guess, that our ancestors try to send us through these scriptures and stuff. But on the way, we corrupted it, right?
see, I don't
But
believe
still
in that.
the message of good came through after all these thousands of years.
Did you see me read the Book of Enoch on the channel the other night? The Book of Enoch. It's a book that was taken out of the Bible. I found it on internet and read it just for fun. It was quite good. I enjoyed it. Myron's like, fuck that.
Yeah.
I get it.
There's all kinds of religions and stuff, but they all tend to push you towards the good, right? Even
Well,
knowing that over all these years that we corrupted it and stuff like that, trying to manipulate that word, get control, the message of good still got through, right?
and
They
the thing is,
purposely made writings like
that,
that.
yeah.
I was going to say they purposely, our ancient ancestors purposely made the writings like that. So even knowing that we corrupted over the years, the message would still get through to us.
Right.
Because all these indiscrepancies you're talking about, the slave and then the tax and all that we've added in later and stuff to control the people.
Well, there's also a good friend of mine who's um he talks a lot about
Okay, when you guys are talking about the Bible, which one are you talking about? The one with the nice God or the one with the wrathful God?
I'm
Because
talking
there's two completely different Bibles there.
about them all.
No, see, that's just it. Oh,
All
yeah, all Bibles, but see, it's all Bibles are
well,
just rewrites by somebody
yeah,
else.
let's
that's
So,
where the corruption came in. But
let's
even
talk about that a little bit because
all the corruption that came into all the different religions, the message of good still came through, and they purposely writ the scriptures that way, so it would be so difficult to mess it all up, right? The message will still get to us because all
well,
these negative
can I
stuff,
just
a lot.
say that the other night we had 4 different people on my channel reading the Bible. I'm using a program called the Bible Gateway, which allows me to select any Bible that I choose. They're all there. So I was reading the new, what's it called? The New International Version. She was reading from the King James Old Version. And she read a paragraph, and everything in the paragraph word wise was almost exact, worded a little bit differently. And the only 2 words in the entire paragraph that were different were in the Old Testament, they said house. In the New Testament, they said temple. So it said something about the guy going to the house, and then in the new version, it says temple.
In the the first Bible, the Old Testament, the Bible in there was, or the God in there was a wrathful God. In the New Testament, the God in there was a way nicer God. Now, people just rewrote the Bible to make it to the way they think the huddled masses would like it.
Yeah.
There's no work of God doing that. It's just people.
But the actual word, like whatchamacallit said, there might be something to that, though. Granted, there are a lot of, and my buddy who's Hebrew Hammer is his name, and one of the things that he talks about a lot, like what Melvin's saying, is that certain words in Hebrew mean one thing, and in another language it means another thing, and that's how the translations get all different.
Yeah, and not only that, is just like what Myron is saying, it gets rewritten to the favor of the
Yeah.
rulers,
So
basically.
the only true Bible is the Old Testament.
Well,
Yeah.
no, there's writings before that, Myron.
Right. We're talking about reading the Dead Sea Scrolls, which are
yes.
It's even before that.
Yeah.
Isn't that the oldest right now?
But
Scripture, the Dead Seas are the oldest, I believe.
They found something else now.
Oh yeah. Huh. You got a link?
People that are
I want to see it.
are you too superstitious at all?
Am I superstitious? What do you mean? Like, do I believe in ghosts?
Well, anything ESP, ghosts,
The
Luigi board.
No, not really the Ouija board.
Future telling.
Future telling? Probably. It might be a lot of it coincidental. I mean, when you think of it, like, unless you're talking about like guessing the lottery numbers, a lot of predicting the future would be a 50-50 shot of being right or wrong. But
a lot of these things here that he just brought up, Myron just brought up, you wouldn't believe it happened to you.
As far as ghosts, I kind of feel like I believe in ghosts. I had a funny ghost experience once. And I swear to God, there was something there. There was this house, and my wife was with me and a couple of my friends. It was a really old, big, giant house. I'm talking a massive, a real estate, you know. And we all wanted to go in there. We were tripping, and I was the only one with balls. I said, "All right, I'm gonna climb through the basement coal chute, and I'll go upstairs, and I'll open the door and let you guys in." And I was ballsy when I got outside, but once I got inside, I got a little nervous right away. And I couldn't find the basement stairs. I started to panic a little bit. I could feel like the hair on my backs of my shoulders standing, right? So finally, I find the stairs, and I'm like, oh shit, oh shit. And of course, I'm breaking into a house as well. Of course, it was old and abandoned, but still. And so I run to the top of the stairs, and I see the doors open a crack, and I'm starting to really feel like something's behind me. You know, that weird feeling that you might have. And I'm like, oh shit. And I push the door, and there's another door behind it open to it. So the door wouldn't open. So I'm like hitting it. I'm panicking. And finally the other door opened, and I ran out of that place. And I'm like, they're like, "What happened?" I'm like, "I don't know, but I'm not going back in there. You guys go in there if you want." But and I feel like that might have been the closest I ever felt to feeling like there's
Scared.
something else there. You
Sounds
know?
like you're scared.
Your mind just scared you.
Yeah. Sounds like you
You
scared.
just you were scared when before you went in. You said you were on something.
We were tripping, yeah. Yeah,
Tripping on what?
LSD.
Oh,
Yeah.
so right there, that
Right.
changes everything. Uh, to tell you the truth, the amazing Randy is a magician, and he started out with 100,000. I think maybe it started out with $10,000 prize. If you could prove that ESPN, uh, uh not ESPN,
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
yeah,
ESP.
yeah, if anything like that would work, and Yuri Geller, ever hear of him? The guy who could bend spoons.
Right?
Well, he was
Telekinesis.
cutting. He was cutting a slice in the cock sucking things so they would bend. And then when
Right.
he'd rub his hands, it would warm up a little bit and it would bend.
Yeah, but there's fraud and everything.
Well, that's just it. He never got a person. He was up to $1 million when he died, and his foundation is still going. So if anybody out there thinks I could prove that they have any fucking kind of psychic powers at all, please go there and prove it to them, and they'll give you $1 million.
Hmm.
That's the Amazing Randy Foundation.
Yeah, but what happens if these amazing powers at will?
There's been nobody go in there yet that could fucking even guess what kind of uh, uh, a thing three
Oh, this
times
is
in a
great.
row. Like if they have cards and they put them behind a fucking thing, they can't tell what the cards are. They can't guess. It's all fucking. Uh, I I I just don't believe in anything that you can't really taste, touch, smell. Uh, I don't ever feel creepy. I don't never feel creeped out. I could do anything. It don't bother me.
Oh, this is the real fun. I didn't realize I could do this. Fuck off, Myron. That shit is funny. I didn't realize I could do that.
Yeah, we're
Shit
gonna be
just
seeing that on your screen all night on your channel.
definitely. Well, it's all about experimenting. That's how you learn, you know?
Yeah.
See if I can make the font bigger. Select font.
Bold.
Underline strikeout. What's that do? Oh, it looks funky. Oh, that's weird. What the hell?
Oh yeah, I've seen them kind before.
It's called strikeout. I mean, it does add a little effect, but it makes it a little confusing to me.
Oh, and that Amazing Randy, he toured with Alice Cooper for 4 years, showing Alice
Nice.
Cooper how to do all of his tricks, magic tricks in his act.
Nice.
Magic tricks.
And
That's
they also figure that was why Houdini got killed, because he wanted to show some
Uh,
seance people as being fucking fakers. And they figure he was killed by deliberate punch.
yeet.
yeah. Back in that time, there was a lot of fake seance guys and fortune tellers. That's how they made their living.
Yeah. See, that's just it. there really is no real fortune tellers, no real anything.
I can't say that 100% myself. It's just like God. I cannot say 100% he doesn't exist.
Well,
Like I can't.
what I can say, it has never been proven to me that he does exist.
Yeah, like I said, a lot of people never believe in these things until it touches them themselves, like until it happens to them. And then they go, wait a minute.
Yep, I agree.
Well, he had his chance. If there is such a thing as a god, he had his chance when a fucking lightning storm held up the golf club and said, "Take me."
Yeah, well, why would he do it? Why would he listen to you?
Yeah,
It's just,
give you the easy way out. He wants you to stay here and make the decision to accept Jesus into your heart and not just take the fucking shortcut.
but
That's-
Oh, wait. Don't give me all that crap.
what we call God might not be
Jesus
God at
in
all.
my heart.
The universe we call God might not be God at all. It might just be the universe or something like that.
I believe in God because when something bad happens, I always blame him. That's what somebody in the chat said.
Here you go. Deep debate about fucking.
Forgive them, Father, for they know not what
I
they
don't
do.
believe in ghosts. I don't believe in zombies.
So what?
On the third day, Jesus rose. That's a zombie.
Yeah.
Okay, ghosts, zombies.
When you die, Myron, it's gonna be worm. It's gonna be done, finished.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people believe that. I don't know if there's a next life or anything like that myself.
If I'm wrong, well, I'll find out. But if I'm not wrong, why waste my time doing a lot of praying for something that isn't going to change anything? And actually, when you pray for things, I've had so many fucking people pray for me in my pain. Didn't do a damn bit of difference. And that was a few different religions too. It's I find that religion is best for comforting yourself inward.
Let me just say that why would, God wants you to make that decision. Doesn't want you to just give you a free pass. It makes sense that there's suffering in the world. To me, I feel like the world is our hell.
Should I go over and join the Taliban?
Say it again.
Should I go over and join the Taliban? I think it is.
Are you asking me if I think that's the right thing to do? No.
Well, there's one of them fucking places in the Middle East. Although they're just fucked right up, they worship the same God as you do.
And your point is?
Well, if they're over there and they want to come over here for a fight, and you guys are both praying to the same God, who's gonna win?
What did I say to you earlier, though?
Yeah,
I said that when you read the Bible, it's all.
Don't talk about reading the Bible.
No, I'm saying me or people in general. Some people get something out of it, and some people just read it as words. So it all depends. I mean, just because everybody reads the Bible doesn't mean they're.
Can you prove it's anything more than just words?
Well, we could do the same thing.
Can you? Yes,
can you prove that there isn't any
well,
God?
you can't prove it. How do you prove a negative?
Don't get mad.
I can't prove.
Calm down.
I can't prove a negative. How can I prove nothing? You've got to prove that there is something there. I can't prove that there's nothing there if there's nothing there.
I can't prove to you that there is. So
that's what I mean.
So yeah,
so I gotta be right. I win.
I get it.
Hasn't experienced anything like that to know yet.
Right. I agree. Again, that's why I keep trying to say it's some people it takes something for it to hit you. You know,
What?
like
I've
me.
had my brain cracked twice. I
No.
fucking lost both my parents and cousins to the cousins to suicide, some to cancer. There's lots of chances, but
Just hasn't happened.
I ain't gonna fall for any bull. I've read fucking a bunch of the old books when I was young. I couldn't see
Maybe,
much difference
maybe,
from the Bible to a lot of the really
maybe,
old books in history.
maybe you should try it again.
No, it's boring. It's
No.
boring bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And besides that, the Bible has at least 450 contradictions in it.
Well, that's something me and you
That
should have a discussion about sometime on my show. I would love that.
because I can't prove any of this. So this
Well,
is
I
all
mean,
that I've touched
but
on.
but we could sit there and banter back and forth about your feelings of God and my feelings of God, and I feel like that's interesting because a lot of people have your same feeling in my channel. Like a lot of people say, "Why you got to do that?" I say, "Well, I do post hours early every time and say." I'm
Uh,
speaking the Lord's word. If it doesn't appease you, please don't come. I appreciate you. But
I,
so I think it would be kind of fun if me and you bantered back and forth. Maybe you could explain some of those comparisons that you know of, and that would be interesting.
yeah. Well, do that
Would you
one.
say 400 contradictions?
Yeah,
Do you know any of them? Do you
450
know?
or 60.
Do you
You
know
want
any
one
of them?
off the top of my head?
Sure. Let's go.
Eye for an eye,
Okay.
cheek for cheek. Okay, how about eye for eye? Contradiction to that is turn the other cheek.
God said, "Vengeance is mine." Period.
God said it's an eye for an eye.
Vengeance are mine.
So
Again,
how?
like you said, they've changed everything all up in the Bible, but
Well, yeah,
there's an equal and opposite reaction to every disreaction. I think. How about any more? You got any more?
no, that's the only one I got.
The other one you can think off your head. I mean, I like
Yeah.
it. I'm not opposed to it.
Where I'm getting all my arguments from is a place called the Atheist Experience,
Right,
and they run every Sunday down in Texas.
right. I got to tell you, Myron. We had a guy in. I can't think of his name now. I want to say it's Southwest Atheist. And he was in my channel, and he brought a few of his friends in there who were I can't think of their like not scientific, but they have a certain belief in the way the we were evolved. In other words, how the whole world started. Like the Big Bang theory is one theory,
Yeah.
and we all kind of bantered back and forth for quite a while. It was quite interesting. Had a great time with it, you know. Because there's lots of things that make me believe there's a God. Do I know Jesus is the one? No. I talk about reading the Quran. I talk about speaking of Buddha. I talk about a lot of different religions. Do I 100% know it's Jesus in my heart? Have a big feeling. Um, do I believe there's something more out there? Oh, 100%. A lot of reasons why. Look at the Hubble telescope looking in the darkest spot in the sky they could find, and all the galaxies they saw. They expect that there's probably 10 billion galaxies based on the amount of planets the Hubble saw looking into the darkest space in Earth. I mean, in space. So that in
Well,
itself just makes you think, how could all of this happen from an explosion or whatever people want to say it happened? I don't care what you call it.
well,
Seems kind of pretty
prove.
amazing.
Hey, I'm going to give you a question or a thing right back to you that
Go ahead.
prove that the Big Bang Theory is wrong.
Let's
There's no way
see.
to prove that it's
I
wrong.
I think they're leaning more towards energy, blah blah blah.
energy explosion. That's a bang.
how the explosion happened, based on dark and something matter. But
Yeah,
even
all
even
the way back
got
to where the Big Bang happened. They have trouble where it come from nothing. That's where they're kind of having
right,
trouble right there.
which
But
to me
we
makes is a big deal, right?
but we just haven't gotten there yet with our knowledge, right?
The universe is so fucking old. We don't know what happened when whatever it was blew up. There could have been just a big ball of gas come out off the sun when
Wait, there was no sun.
whatever made the sun.
There was no sun when the Big Bang theory happened.
Well,
Science says
however it
there
works,
was nothing, and then somehow matter and something came together and caused the explosion in
Yeah.
the sun.
yeah. See, that's
According,
all fucking theory. That's
I know how.
theory. That's theory. Just like God is a theory.
right?
God is just a theory. There's no proof
Well,
that
so
he
there
was
is proof that Big Bang happened because they can see a wave with the Hubble telescope way off in space and it's moving away from us. And how they know this now is based on color of the projection of the energy. So
okay.
they know that something blew up and,
Yeah,
and the
but they can't.
assumption is that all the planets are dust that somehow magically appeared. To me, that even in itself just is like, woo, a bunch of
Bob,
dust
you're not
somehow.
understanding it.
Nobody knows how big the universe is,
That's true. That's
or
another
or
weird
when
thing.
time began.
That's another
So
weird thing.
there's no way that scientists.
You're like explaining my God for me. I mean, all
Well,
those things you say seem. You're making it more and more hard to believe that there isn't something more.
Yeah, well,
yeah,
everybody, you guys need a more understanding of how all the different theories of how the universe was born. You guys got some of the stuff right, but
Well, I'm
because you're
kind of a.
talking
Go
about
ahead.
the wavelengths of light. See, when galaxies are traveling away from us, the wavelengths get stretched out, so we see it more in a red band. That's how we could tell it's moving away from us. So when we all look around at all the different galaxies, the majority of them are all moving away from us. That's why we think it's expansion going on, and we can
mm,
only look back 14 or 18. We can only look back to, and then we hit this wall. Basically, that was before any of the suns or the stars or any of that was born yet. It was just all hot gas. And then there was when this gas cooled off, we can't see nothing. But it took a few million years after that for the gases to come together to start birthing stars.
You be chillin'. I watched your video.
Our star is a third generation star. Because the first stars were massive, like giant, because there's so much gas. And it all collapsed in and made stars, but they made massive stars at first.
Can I just say something? I love how me and Myron get into a big banter. We get all fired up, but then in the end, we're just friends like we were beforehand. We've had this pretty high, intense argument before about alcohol. But in the end of the day, even though we disagreed with what he had to say, we're still men. We could still be friends. And
You be chill.
yep, I love Myron. I like debate. It's good.
Yeah, but you got to ring that bell once
Nothing's
go to your corners.
right. Well, and religion always can bring a hot topic,
Politics too, and
Yep.
yeah, I know.
So you got to be daring when you pull out the religion card. You be chillin'.
he's probably gone already.
Nope. He just typed again.
Oh,
I get it. The more subscribers you get, the harder it is to keep up with everything and everybody.
Yep. I know
It's
my
not
friend
easy.
that's doing his nature videos and stuff of birds and crap.
Mm-hmm.
he's reaching, and his wife is trying to respond to every comment, and she's starting to get over.
Yeah, I only have
I told her to be
1,300, and
careful.
it's very hard for me to keep
Yeah,
up. I can't imagine having like
trying to tell her.
80,000 subscribers. Like, there's just no way you could respond even remotely to every comment. And I don't get tons of comments, but it's enough.
She's still trying to respond to them all, and I said it's going to get to a point where you just can't. Right? I said don't get overwhelmed like that.
I've always said one of the things that made me want to make a love channel is because it's a bit difficult to get support in this community. But the thing is, you start to realize as you grow in your own channel that, yeah, it's difficult to keep up with just the regular everyday bullshit of your channel, and then, add the comments in and trying to help people. It's overwhelming.
Hey, slow burner.
Slow burner.
Hey, slow.
I was trying to look for something else.
Slow burner. I've seen a couple clone accounts on him now too.
Oh, really? Yeah, see, the biggie, and the more you get yourself out there, the more they come. Slow burner!
So I seen a hippie clone too.
Oh, yeah. My hippie clone has exposed himself on channels in Britain. Oh, yeah. They're after me everywhere. That's why, I always say I'm very careful about what I do in my channel. Try to make sure that everything is,
Well, when I see the clones,
like banning Wolverine. People are like, "Oh, you didn't ban him," because I'm not gonna ban some guy for no reason. And I just waited until he dug his own hole, which he did. He insulted the piss out of a woman, and then he used the N word. That's enough for me to be gone forever. I don't care how many subscribers you got. Yep. Goodbye. And that I waited all that time so that I had a reason that no one could make a bunch of stupid videos about hippie auditors about freedom of speech, but he don't fucking, So.
It's that line drawn in the sand thing.
Yeah, it's always there, brother. I promise you.
Yeah.
So, just saying.
Not too long after I first met him, I decided I didn't want to be on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen very much of him actually because I've made a point to keep away.
Gotcha. Well, I try to join in every time I see you and I'm available because I like hanging out with you. So sometimes if I see you on and I'm busy with somebody else, I just put my other account in here so that you get an extra watcher. That's the kind of guy I am, man. I'm very supportive. I want everybody to be happy in their little world of YouTube and not have to struggle.
People watching, I really don't give a shit about.
Well, but thing is, people want to come in. Ooh, what the fuck?
I'm only here to talk to the people on panel. Really.
You are? You don't want, to meet new people? Come on, brother.
If they want to come up and talk, but if they're...
This is what I was looking for.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it, slow burner. It's no different than smoking anything else, but it's just a tad harsher, maybe. No cake.
As long as it works, I guess.
I just want to say that for me, the whole infatuation with YouTube is meeting new people.
Like I was telling,
I love meeting people. Good.
I'm fascinated with all the different personalities on here. It's like, wow, you got them all, right?
Mm-hmm.
All I could do is build that bridge, and it's up to them to cross it. Come shake my hand, right?
Slow burner.
That's all I can do.
With the shake, Myron?
Oh, yeah. Fuck. It's not bad stuff.
Cool.
I smoked it for about 4 or 5 hours, and then I threw in a good doobie, and no difference in the feeling.
Yeah, they say as long as it works. It's like my homegrown, it works.
Mm.
Not the best tasting stuff, but it works.
You should get the chick that's in
Some
Wheeler
fruit.
Walker Jr.'s video. She's wearing Daisy Dukes, and she's got hair coming out the top and the sides
Mhm.
of her Daisy Dukes when she's dancing. And
Must
you
be
could
from
get,
the 70s.
no, this is about 3 years ago. I think he put it out.
Oh, God.
He's really new. He's country, but whoa. He likes to swear, sing about sucking cock with his girlfriend and butt fucking her and
Really?
all different kinds of songs. All
Damn.
all in that, all in that genre of dirt. But funny as hell. What's his? He's got a song called "I Want to Fuck Your Family Tree."
Really?
Yeah. Well, maybe it was "I Want to Make Love to Your Family Tree." It was something like that. And that one that I was telling you about, that song's topless and top on. You can watch the song either way. But either way, when he sings about a girl having pussy hair, they show her.
Hang on, I'm almost finished.
What are you doing?
Never mind.
Jesus.
Hi, you don't want?
On. Rolling a joint.
Damn. Fucker.
Joint.
Time is it? 5:30. I gotta start thinking about putting.
At least you can still buy toilet paper.
You guys can't get any?
Yeah, it's been out for a while, and every time we get a shipment in, it's gone. Everybody lines up and panic buys.
Well, last year there was quite a long time where we went without it. I know exactly what you're going through.
This is the second time that we got to the panic buy thing. But I kind of knew something was happening months ahead of time. Like it was like sometime in August, I heard that they're gonna have end of November, beginning of December. So I stocked up a bit. Just like last time. Same thing happened last time. I got word that some problems are gonna happen, so I stocked up a little bit. And I went to the grocery store just to see what was happening, and everything was gone. All the fresh produce, fruits and vegetables, all empty, except for like parsley or something.
Guess
All
I
the
should have some flour.
All the bread was gone, except for some in-house, but I grabbed some of that. All the meat was gone, except for some expensive ribs. Like it was like two slabs of spare ribs for like $45 in the fresh meat aisle or whatever. And then of course the toilet paper roll, everything was gone. Toilet paper towels, everything except for the nose tissues or whatever, Kleenex. That's all that was left. So it was emptying out pretty quick. And then Walmart got a delivery that from Calgary, but everybody was there the next morning in big lineups and scooped it all up. So about time it was noon, it was all gone again. And we're still having the panic buying things. As soon as stuff comes in, everybody's like, whoosh, and it's gone, right? But I just get to sit back at home and not worry about it because
Eventually, they're all gonna have too fucking much. They're gonna have years worth because they keep fucking panic buying, and nothing's ever really gonna happen.
I don't know, man.
Oh, it's happening. I know it's happening, but I
Food
don't
scarcity
know.
could become a thing one day. We're not immune, just we think we are, but we're not.
Well, I live close to a farmer.
Well, yeah. Some people it'll be all right.
Yeah.
Living in the cities, they'll be fucked.
Yes. That's the reason. One of the reasons I hate the city.
Yeah, but all the people will start leaving the cities and coming to your town. Looking for food.
Well, that would be the stupidest thing because this little grocery store won't take long to empty it fucking out.
Oh no, they'll be going for the fields. Wherever there's food, they'll be grabbing it up.
And if this was to happen now, better hope they got lots of gas because they got to drive up here, kill whatever they're going to kill, and then drive back to wherever they're going. Because she's miserable outside right now.
Yeah, well, they might just come up to stay. They'll just roll into somebody's house, take them out, and start living there.
That's true.
Depends how far this thing goes, right?
Maybe they'll try my house.
But like I said, we're just kind of foolish thinking that it couldn't happen to us. It can happen to anybody.
If it does happen, it won't surprise me, Melvin. Like, whatever happens, happens. I'll be ready. I'm ready.
Yeah.
I really can't do much with this, so
Yeah.
I'm ready. But I do know how to shoot an animal.
Oh, check this out.
I could gut one and cut it up. I could build a shelter.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Survive, basically.
I could survive. And really, what more is there to life than surviving?
Now you need one that's the opposite one. That's like burning in hell. Now you need the one that's nice in heaven.
That's me right now. I'm in hell. This is hell on earth.
I don't think it's that bad. I still think there's more good people out there than bad, or else we wouldn't be continuing on.
No, just this is where we keep living over and over until we make the decision to accept the Lord into our heart. That's what I meant.
I don't believe in hell, so I won't be getting too hot.
That's just decision to
Myron,
be a
you already
good
are
person.
hot, baby.
Good person. That's the decision. You can be good or you can be evil. That's the decision. We all get that. We all get to choose.
Well, I guess so. A lot of it's the way you're raised. Some of it's in your genes. You
Yeah.
know, and your community. It all goes to build a person's personality, and some people's personality, they genes make it snap every fucking once in a while, and they get fucked up. And I think there's a lot of those on Earth hidden.
Oh, yeah. But like I said, the good's prevailing right now, or else we wouldn't have the peace that we do. We'd be all at war, right? If everybody was bad, we'd all be killing each other and all that war.
Yeah.
The world, the whole world would be burning.
And like the natives, most of the natives weren't warlike like they want us to believe. They were a lot of traders.
Yeah, but they did have their wars between them.
Oh, true, they did. but a lot of it was mock wars. Uh,
Well, it was
because, or if you want to put new women in your tribe, you need some fresh blood in your tribe because there's only 20 people on. Well, where do you go? You gotta go, unless you want to bang your cousins, you gotta go 2 villages over.
well, they used to trade daughters. That's what
Yeah,
they
yeah,
used to trade daughters when they're in small groups like that. I guess that's how we got by when we were just family groups and wandering around, and we'd bang into each other once in a while and make friends, and then they'd swap daughters, right?
yeah.
Something like that. When we're nomadic, I guess, or whatever, hunter gatherers.
Well, not all were. Some were. Some lived on the coast and stayed in one place because they fished most of the time.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
not all had teepees. Some had brush hogans. Uh, the Nez Perce and some of them, they lived in cliffs,
Yeah.
so they lived all over in all kinds of different houses. I would say they were pretty damn good traders. The only people that really were warlike was the Apaches, any of the Indians that lived down in the desert, because they can't grow anything, so they have to go take everything they need.
Yeah, and they needed large territories to feed themselves, and sometimes their territories would overlap, and that's where the war between
Yeah, yeah, because actually the Apaches, until the white man came, they fought mostly with each other, even though they were just small tribes. And there is a tribe or two up in this area that is related to the Apaches. And they're trying to figure out how these ones that are related to the Apaches got so far away from them.
Maybe a group decided we're sick of endless wars and stuff and struggling in the desert. I'm going to go north. Me and my family are going to go north, and maybe a couple of families went with them.
It's hard to say, really hard to say.
Well, yeah. They had the freedom to migrate all the way to Canada if they wanted to. Right? There was no borders or anything back then.
Melbourne actually, they started up north, crossing the.
Yeah, from Alaska.
Yeah, and walked out.
Yeah, but they might have walked back up, right?
But South America, I don't know. Because South America, the natives down there look a lot different than the natives up here. I think maybe they might have went in by boat or something.
Oh, hard to say. Maybe stuff and genes and being separated from each other for long enough. That's how we got the different races. Yes. Once you're separated long enough from each other, right?
Yeah.
And then your tribe basically has the same genes, but you need just a certain amount. It's like 11 women, 6 men, and then you can grow a whole. You can grow from there, right? You have enough genetic diversity that you'll be able to grow a whole new big giant family out of that, right?
Yeah.
Just out of those, I think it's 11 women and 6 men, and then there's enough diversity there. As long as you do it right at the beginning, you'll be able to expand, I guess you can say. But then, yeah, I guess if you were all isolated too, become like your own race, I guess, right?
Yeah.
And of course, our bodies like to adapt to our environments over thousands of years. So that's why we probably got pigments of skin to adapt for their climate. Because I think that's why people are white, because they went to the northern climates. They needed to get more vitamin D from the sun. So we evolved lighter skin to be more efficient at getting vitamin D from the sun, because we get less of it up north or in the southern and northern climates, right?
Yeah.
Where the darker skinned pigs don't absorb vitamin D so much, but they tend to be in the hotter, sunnier climates, right?
Yeah.
Where they get enough vitamin D. Something like that.
Yeah.
But if you trace it all the way back to our ancestors, we all came from the same little mammal. We go all the way back. Yeah, we all come from this same little mammal creature.
My dad's family came out of Africa and went north to, I don't know, fucking way north. And somewhere up there they became white. And my mom, she come across the street, on my mom's side, she come across the street and came down here somewhere.
I could trace my dad back to Norway. My dad's side's back to Norway, so.
Yeah, well, I'm just going by genetics because I got my genetics done.
Oh yeah.
Never know, maybe I'll live on forever. They'll fucking inject some parts of me into, I got good genes.
Yeah, well, like I said, once we realize we're all part of the same family, then the world will be a better place.
Yeah. But it's really insane to think that we could just go on fucking and everybody will be able to get along because it's as the planet gets smaller and smaller, eventually people are going to start going crazy from being so confined. They did an experiment with rats, and they put a bunch of rats in a fucking small space, and after a while they fucking started killing each other.
Right?
Yeah, and humans are doing that now.
Yeah, in the cities for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, listen, I'm gonna get out. I got to take a little break before I go back on the show.
Okay.
So I'll see you guys later. Good chatting.
Yeah, thanks for coming up.
Well, thanks for being here. Later.
See
you, Mel.
Yeah. So now what do we get to talk about?
I don't know. I'm good at talking about things. I'm just not good at picking a subject.
Not good at say.
I'm good at conversations. I'm just not good at starting them, I guess.
Yeah. Oh. So we'll talk about the moon landing. Do you think it's real or not? That's another one that everybody argues about.
I remember seeing it. I thought it was real. And if it's not real, how did they get a mirror on the moon?
Yeah, that's sort of why I said the reflector thing that they put up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So somebody has had to have been there.
Yeah, I think it's real. I think it was real. Because back then they were more daring, more risk taking back then. So.
Yeah.
And then.
And that they said something about a flag being in the ground, and it was, well, if the guy went out there, put a flag in so that they would have a picture of it at the same time. They said, well, a flag looks like, well, all the guy would have to do is hold it up, give it a little bit of a shape, not much, and let it go. With 6% gravity, or 1/6 the gravity of Earth, it's not going to fall down right away, so they would have time to go
Yeah,
back to the capsule and jump off.
yeah, they jiggle it and it would flip around a little bit or whatever, sort of. They're just saying it was flapping and then there's no wind on the moon, and it's like, no, it wasn't flapping in the wind. It was just getting jiggled around.
Yeah, yeah.
And there is a minor atmosphere on the moon. There is a slight little atmosphere. It's like a minuscule fraction, but it's there. It's just
See,
gravity to hold some atmosphere to the moon.
yeah. Well, I think the U.S. might go up there and start mining it.
Well, yeah, well, that explains why they did the survey. They did a mineral survey of the moon with a satellite, and it showed that there's large gold deposits and iron deposits, all kinds of shit up there, dude.
Huh.
Just waiting for us. So they're going to pick the spot where a lot of these minerals overlap,
Yeah,
and then they're going to go there. Well, for sure gold, right? But they
yeah,
want more than just the gold. They want to try to mine stuff, and I bet you eventually they'll do all the work right there, like melt down the iron, make iron there, and to make building materials, right?
yeah.
Eventually, one day, I could just imagine what can go on. But I'd like to get, because they got that fucking big pillar or whatever that's sticking out of the moon. There's a big fucking giant rock or something sticking up out of the moon, like a big giant building.
Yeah.
I'd like to see some better images of that, see what the fuck that is.
Huh.
I don't think it's like man-made or whatever, like made by hand or whatever. It's just a natural weird something happened. It
Yeah.
has a big giant sticking straight up, right?
Yeah.
I'd like to get some better pictures of that instead of just from orbit. Get right down to the ground, see what the fuck it is. It could be just like a big asteroid that touched down or something really light. I don't know how the fuck. I don't know how the hell that would pick up like that, but I'd like to see. It's supposed to be huge because you can see it from orbit, and it looks like a pillar, right? Almost looks like it's man-made, but I bet you get up close, you'll see it's just a big rock.
Yeah.
Suspicious shape. It looks like it's a pillar, an obelisk or whatever, like on 2010 that show. Something dumb like that.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened to the Chinese probe that was rolling on the dark side of the moon. I haven't really heard much from that since they did that. The last one was they looked in a crater and they found this green looking stuff, and they figure it's from an asteroid strike and it turned the sand to glass. That's what they think it is, but they're just looking at it, right? So there's not much they can tell. They said it looked like gel. It's most likely glass from an asteroid strike.
Yeah.
And I said I haven't heard much news from that little. It's just they sent it's like the ones that they sent to Mars. Like the first ones they sent to Mars were littler ones, and that's what the Chinese did now on the dark side of the moon. But I haven't seen too much footage of I guess they're not releasing it or something. It's all hush hush for them.
Yeah.
Well, information not freely shared out of China, really, right? And I guess they're finding scientific discoveries and stuff, and they don't want to share it. They want to keep it to themselves. I don't know. Like I said, I just haven't seen too much footage from that rover. I don't even know if it's even still running or not. It's been a few years now.
Yeah.
For all I know, they could have got it stuck or could have died on him or something.
You know, there is
What's up?
very well. China and the U.S. are trading partners. They're partners in space programs. They're partners in fucking just about everything. You know,
Yeah.
they're partners in this virus shit because the U.S. has such tough fucking laws on fucking with viruses. They went over the whatever U.S. outfit went over to Wuhan, and they were operating that fucking clinic where the virus supposedly got released from. So yeah, it was released over in China, but it was released by the United States supposedly.
Or they had some sort of hand in it.
Yeah.
Like I said, all that stuff is hard to prove. All conspiracy theories.
Well, it's like
Eventually,
about everything.
yeah, eventually it'll come out. Might have to wait 30 years, but it'll come out.
Yeah, maybe even 50.
Yeah. So, ones, what's on the dark side? The dark side of the moon? Just a lot of craters. There's a lot more craters on the dark side than there is the side that we can see. So it's potholed with craters on the other side. There's conspiracy theories saying that there's cities and stuff, abandoned, old, ancient, abandoned cities. There's all kinds of weird theories about the moon. I heard the moon was an ark.
Oh, I heard it was made of cheese when I was young.
Yeah, it was an ark. It brought us here.
Uh,
And then underneath all that dust and dirt is a ship, big, huge, round ship. That's why it sounds hollow when it gets hit.
yeah.
It's like a bell, right? But I don't know. There could be theories on that too. So if the moon was once molten and it cooled off, and all the heavy metals went to the middle and stayed warm for a while, and it cooled off, so the shrinkage rate would be different. So the core would shrink small, and then it'd be a gap between the lighter material and the core of the planet.
Yeah.
So that's where hollowness comes from. The ringing of the bell thing. And then earthquakes are happening because it's collapsing and stuff down there every once in a while.
Well, I was thinking about it, and the Earth, I think, has been growing since it began. Uh, there's that big molten core that has, eventually grown enough so that we've got the Earth's surface. And the pressure inside is always trying to expand.
Yeah.
So the molten core comes out and it's slowly making the Earth larger.
Yeah, I heard about that expanding Earth theory. It used to be a smaller ball, and it grew because of what you're saying, because of the heat and pressure and spinning, centripetal force outwards, so it's slowly expanding.
Fuck, I didn't. Maybe that's what I thought it was an original thought, but maybe not.
No, that's
Fuck.
expanding Earth theory. There's all kinds of them,
I wonder where I heard that one from.
all kinds of theories.
'Cause
Well,
I'm not much of a theory person. I like facts.
yeah,
Nothing but facts.
I guess it's possible because they keep like continental drift, right? But if
Yeah.
you take all the ocean floors away, all the fucking pieces fit together like a puzzle piece in a smaller sphere, right?
Yeah.
And it could have been, like you said, over long periods of time. It could expand. And, yeah, could have done exactly what you said, but don't know really.
Yeah. There's
got
no.
best guesses, right? Theories, guesses, because we can't go back what 1 billion years to see, right?
Yeah.
Can't go back to the billion. Well, so far we're what, 5 billion year old planet, so we can't go back to the beginning to really see if the planet was small. It could be. I don't know.
Well, my theory is it was quite a bit smaller when it was a baby, and as it got older, it got bigger.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think gravity would allow that theory though.
But with the spin and then the liquid inside comes out, and when it hardens, that's more Earth, and it just keeps coming out.
No, well, because in the ocean floors, they convect under. They hit our continent or like above the ocean. Then they got the sea floor. The sea floor hits the continents, bends down back into the Earth to be recycled.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's not just it's taking away at the same time.
Yeah. Hey, bud grower.
But grower. Yeah, it's just a convection thing that's going on. And we're the scummy little froth on the top. The slag.
Yeah.
We're like the slag, all the lighter materials that float on top of the molten shit.
Pretty much.
So I guess granite is the most floaty stuff. So we got a lot of granite. It's the lighter materials that float to the top, right? So granite.
Well, granted, I guess you're right. But then what breaks granite up to get us the rest of the stuff on top?
In the beginning, we had when the planet first cooled, it was
Yeah.
one solid crust mostly, with a few volcanoes and stuff popping up here and there to bring up more material. Mostly all granite and all one piece. But then, of course, the theory of our moon was another planet struck us and shattered it, right? So now we got all these shattered pieces now. And then shortly after our moon reformed, we were bombarded by a bunch of asteroids again and made the planet surface again, right? But the original crust was still all cracked, right? Full of cracks and stuff. But I guess at the beginning, the ocean, there was no above land yet. And there was just a few spots that start poking up. And then those, I guess they called them seeds to start continents.
Yeah.
A few spots that poked up out of the water. And
Yeah.
then it gathered and gathered, I guess. It scraped and gathered and piled up. And then now we got continents now, right? And oceans, continents and oceans. At the beginning, there was like hardly any land mass at all. It was all underwater.
Yeah.
At the very beginning. After all the planet cooled down, after all that crap, right? So it only took what, the first billion years, and the planet was cool enough to have liquid water on the surface. So,
Yeah.
And then they're still questioning where all the water come from. So that's another one too. So could have, instead of the moon being another planet, it could have been a big fucking comet, big ball of fucking ice and shit, dirt hit us, big giant one, knocked us apart and made the moon out of the debris that was left over in orbit. Because think of the debris like Saturn's rings, it was like that at first, but that all coalesced together over a billion years and all came together as the moon. And I guess it seems to be a lot closer to us too. It's escaping us by about 1 inch per year or something like that. It's a little bit further away. So in about 40,000 years, the moon will just take off. The gravity of the planet or Earth won't be able to hang on to it no more. And it'll just poof and just gone. It'll just all of a sudden just fly away. But that's about 40,000 years from now.
And by that time, they should have figured out a way to fucking keep it in its orbit.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
if there's anybody still living on Earth at that time, maybe everybody will be gone.
Yeah. It's hard to say. That's a long time. 40,000 years is a long time. But we might figure something out, but it'd be a different planet. We wouldn't have tides anymore. Right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't have the moon lighting up the sky for us at night anymore. You know.
Yeah, it changed Earth drastically.
Yeah, won't be tugging on the Earth's crust, you know, keeping our planet warm because of the friction, heat of tugging, going around and around, tugging on the creates friction and keeps the planet, helps keeps the inners warm. That's probably why we haven't cooled off like Mars. Mars cooled off because it was smaller and it didn't have a big enough moon around it to keep tugging on it to keep it warm.
Yeah.
Because there's a moon that's going around Jupiter. It's got a molten core just because of the gravity from Jupiter pulling on it. It's got an elliptical orbit, so when it comes in close, it gets stretched out, goes away, it goes back to a ball shape, right?
Yeah.
And then that squish back and forth, that's enough to keep the internals hot and molten. And that's why the volcanoes and stuff are all active on that one moon. Can't remember what it was, if it was moon, it was Io or something, I think it was. But it's the closest one in, so it gets tugged on lots by Jupiter's gravity and keeps its interior warm. Or molten, I guess. And I think that's the same one that's spewing out fucking, it's got geysers on its south pole that spew out, and then they flew one of their probes through it or whatever it was, and it showed basic elements of life, like amino acids or whatever, the building blocks of life in the water. Well, about the time they flew through it was ice crystals, but they got some samples, and so it could be underneath that ball of ice. There's a liquid ocean down there with some underwater volcanoes keeping it all warm, and it could be some kind of weird undersea life like we got here.
Yeah.
Look at our vents and stuff under the ocean. There's all kinds of life crawling all over those things, right?
Yeah.
So it could be exactly what's going on there. Who knows? We won't know until we get something there, right?
Some of those creatures living down there are fucking living in toxic conditions.
Yeah.
Acidic, I think it was.
They call them extremophiles.
Yeah.
If you
So there'll always be life on Earth. There just might not be any humans.
Oh yeah. It's been happened many times before. Most of the life on the planet's been knocked down to like back to 10%. All the ocean life knocked back down to 10%, and all land life was knocked down to like 20% or something. And that's plants, that's everything, right?
Yeah.
It's still, life seemed to find a way back again, right? Takes millions of years, but it does it. I don't know, we've been through 7 major extinction phases where the planet's got knocked back so much or whatever. Like the worst one is like 10%. Like that was the last one we had, almost wiped the planet.
Huh. I only knew about 4.
Oh, there's seven of them extinction events. Snowball Earth is one of them, when the whole planet froze over, band around the equator. So life was barely hanging on then too. Because everything was frozen solid basically, except for a little strip around the equator. It was open ocean still there and stuff. But I don't know, as long as I guess it would probably be impossible to totally 100% wipe life off the planet. Something will survive, even if it's a bacteria or something, right?
Yeah.
Something will live and kickstart it all off again.
Well, hey, man is supposed to originate out of, or all land life is supposed to come out of the sea. So whatever's down there, if sea was wiped or the earth was wiped clean of humans, eventually whatever's down there would mutate until they come out of the sea again.
Yeah,
You know.
they mutate and evolve. Yeah, but it all started with like a single cells organisms like bacteria and stuff, like little teeny nothings, right?
Yeah.
That's where it started. And I don't know, I don't understand the process really, but they they evolved into bigger, more complex creatures, right?
Yeah. Well, just the way humans have, they even found a new human ancestor not too long ago, I think.
Yeah, you're right. We have like 6 or 7 different types of humans. Neanderthals was one of them.
Like people.
Well, there's the human race as it is now. That's one species of man. And Neanderthal was another species of man. And then they had like 4 or 5 others or something like that too. But they all went extinct.
Yeah. But I've got, last time I looked, it was more Neanderthal in me than 80% of the people tested.
Yeah. It's all part of us, though. Neanderthal is all a part of us, or majority of the planet, I'd say. There's a few people that don't have that Neanderthal gene in them, but it's only a small part,
Yeah. Huh.
and it just shows that we mated then when they were still around. That's all that shows. It's because Neanderthals were the last species to expire besides us, or extinct, or whatever. Maybe bred them out, right? They just kind of mixed and mingled, just became part of us, right?
Yeah.
You kind of bred them out, or what you call it.
But I'm quite a bit different than your normal human.
We're all different, Myron, really.
No, but most humans have short body, long legs, longer arms. I am completely opposite of that. I got a long body, shorter arms and legs.
Oh, I just think that's just because
Because we're what?
we live in Canada. A lot of people up here have shorter limbs and longer bodies in Canada. It's the air. I think it's just the genes got spread out, whatever, in the certain areas, right?
Yeah. Well, I haven't seen that many up here. Guys, I don't even really care much, but like women, pretty hard to find one that has
Wow.
a long body and short arms and legs unless you go into a midget.
Yeah. Well, it's just how we select our mates, though, right?
Yeah.
Like, way you go back thousands of years, men used to go after the heavier women, right? They used to see.
Yeah.
They used to see its beauty and fertility, right? So there used to be a lot of heavier women back like thousands of years ago, right? But now we're running chasing after all the little skinny women now, right? So now that's what we're producing.
Yeah.
Cultural, right? It's a cultural thing.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter because what anybody says is sexy, I may not necessarily think that.
Yeah.
I've only seen 10 sexy, well, maybe 20 sexy women in my whole life.
Yeah. Well, I'm just speaking in generals.
Yeah.
Well, that's what most men will chase after, the tall, skinny ladies, right? Cute ladies
Yeah.
that we
The
call them.
most men like tall women. I don't like tall women.
And then the women are all chasing the 6 foot something men and all that, right?
Well, Not really. I'm 5'10", I didn't have a problem.
Well, not you, but I'm thinking the younger generation now. They're all really picky about their mates now, to a point that nobody's getting together, nobody's marrying, and nobody's having really kids as much as they used to, right?
Yeah.
Because I guess this year, our population around the world all went down a bit, and they're expecting the opposite to happen. But I guess because of the crisis, right? They just don't want to have babies, and then our population dropped a little bit because of that. The birth rate dropped.
Yeah.
Imagine, like I said, it's because of the crisis. People are too stressed and scared and all that stuff to think about babies, right? Oh, now I was hearing something about the coof is creating more stillborns.
Hmm.
I heard that today too.
I
There's more.
wonder if that's true.
I don't know. I got it from Campbell, so it's probably he goes and reads all the statistics and stuff and all the reports, the latest stuff that's coming out. Because a lot of his old stuff was just talking about disease or lung disease. You know, he tried to explain it simply to you.
Yeah.
Right, in a little 20-minute thing. But now it's since the coof come along, he's all focusing on that all the time, all the reports and everything, and how effective things are. And so I get little hints from him, right? And then I go start looking around myself and find out, yeah, a lot of the stuff he's saying is true, right? But he's only going off of what information that he can get, right? A lot of this stuff is all fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Well, that FDA approval thing or whatever, I guess that was kind of, they didn't do it properly. Discrepancies and, you know, oversights and stuff like that. Records aren't taken properly and all kinds of weird things. It's like, yeah, doesn't look so good for them.
So, Ontario, have you heard they gave in? There is no passports needed.
Okay, so they're getting rid of all the mandates then,
Yeah.
because they're having
Well,
where they lost like hospital staff, 10% of hospital staff because they refused to take the juice, right?
yeah.
And I think they're realizing how much they're well, we can't do this. It's a rights thing too, right? The right to choose. And here in Canada, we have the right to refuse any service. We can, you know, yes to one thing and no to another thing, right? We
Yep.
can, you know, that's just the way it goes. We can have partial service if we want or none at all. We can refuse their stuff altogether. They can't force us. That's our right. It's that freedom of choice. I'm surprised that these freedom of choice people are not all screaming about it too, right?
Yeah.
Freedom of choice people, you know, I'm surprised they haven't gotten their voice into it and saying, "Hey, my body, my choice," right?
I should take my mask off and go talk to the mayor.
What do you think that'll do?
Get me in trouble.
You better film it then.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I will.
Yeah, film your ass being thrown out.
I do not go out for anything but important shit. And as far as I'm concerned, filming outside is not important shit to me.
801 Juicy Juice, yeah, Juicy Juice. Yeah, Australia is like protesting like mad now too. They're sick of it.
Oh, fuck yeah. I've seen some of the clips and fuck, they're just packed on the streets with no fucking mask.
Thousands of them, yeah. Well, they're just sick of it, man. Like everybody, it's fucking a lot of people's lives are totally turned up, destroyed. Overall, they're panicking and tactics and stuff to try to keep this under control. But what it was is they dragged their feet too slow at the beginning.
Well,
If they were smart, they would have said no more flights from China right away, right? But they didn't because they were worried about.
yeah,
So yeah, they waited until it spread over here, and
but
then everybody would start getting sick, and then they decide to lock us all down. So it's like,
there is a theory too that could be the plan of somebody. That this is all the major, like,
oh yeah, very.
locking us all down for what do you call it?
I think it's more of a compliance test, and a test because it's not that deadly a disease. Because they want to make it deadly. They don't want to die over it, so they wanted to spread it around, see if they would get it too, right?
Yeah,
People. Yeah, important people are getting it too. So yeah, I guess it's not a good idea. And then doing compliance tests on us too to see how well we behave, and when we're told what to do.
well,
Get how easily we give up our rights, basically. See how easily we'd give up our rights to them.
Australia has some of the toughest fucking savages because hell, to live over there in that desert, you gotta be tough. And then the people that were sent there to populate the place, they were all criminals.
Well, yeah, Australia is not all desert. It's just central Australia.
Yeah, but
The
there's a
coastline is all lush, like where we live. Like they all got trees and stuff.
yeah, I know that's even what's his face. No, that wasn't there.
Depends on where you live in Australia, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But they do have like the penal colony you're talking about. That's South Australia. It's there.
Yeah, in Australia, if you get yourself a fucking $120 metal detector, and you go out and find somebody's that will allow you to detect metal, you can find there's been guys find fucking 2-3 ounce nuggets sitting on top of the surface out in the desert.
Crazy.
And that's how a lot of them mine over there. They just go out with the metal detector. And they're making $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a year doing that.
The creeks and streams used to be like that up here. You could just kind of walk in the creek and pick up nuggets.
Yeah, yeah.
At one time. And everybody came up and scavenged it all, and it's all gone. Well, I wouldn't say it's all gone, but all the easy stuff is gone.
Yeah.
But that would be something, hiking up in the creek or something, and hey, what's that shiny thing there? Pick it up, big nug. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Or if it's the size of a fucking baseball or a basketball or something. I don't even know if I could pick up one size of a basketball.
If you went up to northern BC, you can mine for jade up there.
Yeah. And it's the white colored jade that's worth the most.
Well, up there, mostly they're green.
Yeah. That pale white stuff is worth the most, though.
Yeah.
What he wants.
Well, they were. Fuck. Last time I watched the show, they had $1 million contract to get jade out of the ground.
We got a lot of garnets here. little garnets. So when you gold, there's all these little amber colored garnets.
Yeah.
They're small, but you can get quite a few of them after a while if you start collecting them. I don't think they're worth anything when they're small like that. You need the bigger ones, I think.
Yeah, but I can't see why you couldn't put a bunch together on a fucking strap or something. Glue a bunch of them together. You know, you can make some kind of. Somebody is talented enough to make some jewelry out of the fucking shit.
Yeah, they're too small to make a bead out of them, so you'd have to glue it to something or fix it somehow.
Oh, they're really fucking small.
Yeah. Yeah, I was panning for gold up here in Mission Creek and stuff years back, and my friend got a little teeny chunk of gold. I never got nothing. Got this little teensy chunk. It was big enough so you could drop in the pan and it'd go ting, right? Little plinker. I guess they call it a plinker.
Yeah.
So he managed to get some gold out of the gold panning all the times that we went. But it was, like I said, I remember all these garnets all the time. I'd have a pan full of garnets, but they're all just small.
I know a place to go here in the river where they, in the 50s, the 40s or the 50s, they mined over there. Well, they panned out of the river. And they made day wages, whatever it was by the day. So now it'd be, what's a day wage? Probably $200 a day or $250 a day.
Well, I don't know.
You know, I would say probably $250 a day if you were getting paid by the day.
See, up in the creeks and stuff here, they allowed you a pan, but you can't use a sluice. Screening the stuff and panning.
Yeah, see what I'm thinking, this is a river, and I could, if I could get some guys to come down here with one of them suction dredges, might get a shitload of gold out of there.
Yeah, they'd never let you. Too much destruction. They'd see you doing it and they'd come bust you. Too much destruction to the wildlife or whatever, to the creek.
It's a river.
Or the river or whatever.
It's big fucking, in places it's 300-400 yards, 500 yards across.
Yeah. Well, up here, the waterways and stuff, a lot of them you can't fish in. And
yeah, they're not as nuts over here.
And then, yeah, you can't disturb things and stuff like that too much. They said they'll allow you to gold pan, but it's a lot of work doing that, so it doesn't happen very often.
Yeah.
But it's still,
but they're trying to keep everything nice down there for the rich people. So they don't want you fucking disturbing anything.
Well, yeah, well, a lot of it's wildlife preservation too, because Mission Creek has the kokanees that'll come up it, and it's a big tourist attraction, so they don't want the kokanees to disappear, right?
Yeah. Whereas nothing really comes up our river.
But we can go swimming in Mission Creek if we want, and then we can gold panning if they want, but not much else. It's not really deep enough to boat in or canoe in. It's not really big enough unless you go in the wet season, I guess. The spring thaw, it fills up. And you can, but it's ripping.
Fuck, we've got deeper ditches here.
Yeah, I don't know. We just got all kinds of little creeks all coming down from the mountains from runoff and lakes that are draining and stuff like that all over the place. Some springs, they just popping out of the ground, like out of a fucking, like nothing. There's no bodies of water around anywhere for miles. It's just gurgling out of the ground through a crack, eh?
Yeah.
It's not like hot. It's just spring coming from some water source somewhere, probably upriver or whatever. And it just took its time to leak through the crack or whatever and make its way up.
Well, there could be an underground lake there. There could be an underground river. You know, it's hard to say.
Yeah, I just think it's a crack or something.
Well,
Up river somewhere, up the hill or up river somewhere, it leaks into that crack, and of course, probably takes fucking 100 years to get out. But
that could be too.
I think that's what's going on. Then it just burps out. There's a few springs that I know of that are like that, just coming out of the middle of nowhere, and it's like there's nothing really around. But it's drinkable water. Like, it's nice, clean, drinkable water.
Yeah.
So I remember went up at him one time, filled the jug up, so I didn't have to go all the way back into town and just stop at the spring. Just tell everybody, if you're gonna drink it, boil it first, just in case. But I drank it without boiling it or anything. It was fine. I didn't get sick from it or didn't taste gross or nothing. It looked nice and clear and clean. And
Yeah, you could probably make moonshine with it.
yeah, natural spring water. I imagine the ground filtered it, right?
Yeah, I would think so. And some water is just good.
Yeah.
But some water, holy fuck.
Mm-mm-mm.
Sulfur.
Swamp water.
Down where I was raised, if you were on the north side of the highway, you could drink the water, but it smelled like sulfur. If you were on the south side of the highway, you couldn't even drink the water. It was
Shit.
just that fucking bad.
Yeah. I don't think I'd want to live there.
It's had a holler water. Had a 1,000-gallon tank, I think it was, buried in the ground. Maybe 2,000. Well, fuck, it had been more than it. Yeah, I would say $1,000-gallon tank buried in the water for drinking water, and they had about 1,000-gallon cistern inside the house that you couldn't drink out of, but use it for toilet and washing water. Trucking 300-gallon tank. I had one truck I was hauling water. I had to fucking block the springs up because the springs were weak and the truck would settle, and then you have to put the blocks on in the right spot so that it wouldn't settle anymore.
Yeah.
I'm driving down the highway, hit a bump, boop, fucking come down, one block had fallen out, smoke just out rolling.
Yeah, I remember losing a shock at one time, and I tied a wooden block between the frame and the axle to keep it up.
Yeah.
I rode on the wooden block for a while until I get it back into town to fix it.
Well, I had to dump the fucking water right there because it was undrivable unless it was raised back up, and the only way to raise it up was dump the water out.
Yeah.
I did that, and then I went back and got another load, and this time I drove home slower. So I didn't lose any more water. But fuck, 30 above, 40 below, when it came time to haul, you had to haul.
Had to haul.
Yeah. And then, well, my parents got lazy, and then they started getting it trucked in.
Yeah, I remember a friend had this big plastic container thing that would fit in the box of his truck, and he'd have to go down to the creek, put some pipes in the water up the creek, and it would flow and fill that thing up for him. And he'd take it back up to his house, and he'd pump it into big concrete fucking underground things. The whole and he'd fill it. He'd go back and forth until both of them were filled, and it would be enough water for the year.
Holy shit. That's cisterns.
Yeah, I don't know what they call it, but it was just two big concrete fucking with the hole, and then he hid the holes with like a flower garden thing, like a big square flower bed thing, and it would roll on tracks or something. It would roll off to the side, and then you have the hole, and he just pumped the water into there until it was full. And then the filtration system of the house handled it for drinking, and then a wood boiler. That's how you had to heat the house and have hot water.
Oh.
Yeah, so he'd always have to bring wood up there too and keep the boiler going.
Yeah.
So I thought, holy fuck, dude, you got nothing. The only thing they had was electricity, but they had no water. There was no sewer. They had a septic or whatever, and then the water.
Septic tank?
Yeah.
Huh.
You had a septic, yeah. But yeah, you had to haul the water up once a year. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth with that fucking plastic container thing that fit in the box of his truck. That was weight, man.
That must have been a fucking pretty big cistern.
Yeah, it was huge.
To go for a full year, because
it was a third of the size of the house, but it was like mostly in the ground.
Yeah.
And he used the top a deck to his house.
Yeah.
His house, but it was a third of the size of his house at least. But he had a pretty long, big house. And then the lady that was living there, her grandfather built it. Then her dad inherited it, and then she inherited it from her dad.
Yeah.
And then the boyfriend at the time, that's my friend. I remember going visiting him and stuff, and then helping him haul water back and forth and shit, right, for a bit.
Yeah. Well, like I say, that's a lot of water, because me and you probably don't go through that much, but fuck, most people fucking go through a shitload.
Yeah, it was 4 kids and 2 adults. But I bet you there's enough water in there to fill a swimming pool. At least.
Oh, I would say more than that. To last all year?
Yeah, it lasted them all one. So every summer he would be filling that up. He'd look and go, oh, we're getting low. But there's 2 sides, there's 2 sections.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, we're getting low, it's time to fill up again. And yeah, back and forth. Basically all day going down to the creek, filling it up, coming back, filling the thing up, back and forth all day. It wasn't like it was hard work or anything, because you just, like I said, just lay the pipes in the creek, and then the truck is a little lower, so it just flow right in. 4-inch pipe. It would just flow like nuts, and then it'd be filled in no time. And we just rip up, and then the pumps would, you had a pump or whatever that would pump it really quickly out, so it went pretty quick. But still, that was a lot of trips to fill those suckers up to the tippy top. I don't know, it was a weird little spot he was in. And he had the hillside that went down, and he had a little flat spot down below where he had trailers. And that's where
average water consumption for a family of 4. One person uses 3,000 gallons of water monthly. Well, I'm way under that. So a family of 4 would use 12,000 gallons for bathing, cooking, washing, recreation, and watering.
Yeah, crazy, eh?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they're a little bit more conservative than that, right? But like they knew that they couldn't just simply blow through the water, right? So they a little bit conservative on it, I think.
Yeah. Only what is it? Brown is down, yellow is mellow.
Yeah, I guess.
I went to one place that had that on the wall. They had a cistern. So I've fussed every fucking time.
Whoa. Well, Myron, I think I'm gonna get off because I gotta get some food.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming on, Melvin.
No worries. We had some good discussions.
You betcha.
Okay.
We'll catch you probably tomorrow or maybe on a panel later. I don't know.
All right. Okay. See you, everybody, later in chat. Okay. Bye, Myron.
Yeah. Bye. Well, seeing as there's only one person here, I'm going to call it a show. Thank everybody that was here today. Melvin 801, Bud Grower, Hippie Auditor, Mike, Slow Burner, everybody. Thanks a lot. Bye.